The story is about Kang Dong-ho, the chairman of Choi Sung, one of the largest conglomerates in South Korea. On a not-so-beautiful day, he decided to retire early, surprising everyone. He hopes that this decision will find a worthy successor. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and the chairman wants to take this opportunity to expose those harming the company, while also using it to train his children. In the company, there's also an intern named Dun Hai-un. During a clumsy moment, he fell from the second floor just as Chairman Kang was arriving. Two people bumped their heads, causing the chairman to be seriously injured. In that moment, the two of them swapped bodies. In his new body, President Kang discovered the dark plot of his own family. He was determined to take action, to protect the corporation from the very people who were his own family members aiming to sabotage it. At the same time, in his new body, the respected chairman also gets caught up in the troubles of the intern Dun Hai-un. But with his intelligence and decisiveness, how will the president handle everything? Please stay tuned to find out more. If you enjoy the content on this channel, don't forget to like and comment for good fortune. Thank you so much. The story begins with news on TV about the famous drama involving the chaebol class. Do you see the person stepping out of the police station? That's Kang Dong-sung, vice president of Choi Sung Construction, and the eldest son of Chairman Kang Dong-ho of Choi Sung Group. Although the stock has been stable, today this individual caused a sharp drop in the company's shares when they were investigated for drunk driving. News of an affair with a female colleague also came to light. What will Chairman Kang Dong-ho think about these actions of the heir? Additionally, there are reports that Kang Dong-hun, the second son of Chairman Kang Dong-ho, has been abusing his power at a hotel. A video showing Kang Dong-hun angrily shouting and threatening the hotel manager quickly went viral on social media. The incident is sparking public outrage over the actions of this second-generation chaebol. Chairman Kang Dong-ho has led the Choi Sung Corporation to great success. Will that success be overturned by the next generation? The future of Choi Sung Corporation is indeed uncertain. Please share your opinions in the comments section below. At the meeting of the company leaders, they were buzzing with rumors that the heir would be chosen today. This person is the eldest son of Chairman Kang Dong-ho, Kang Dong-sung. The man with glasses is the second son of Chairman Kang Dong-ho, Kang Dong-hun. It's been a long time since their whole family appeared together in a meeting like this. However, the chairman has not confirmed anything yet, as recently his young masters have been causing trouble. What's wrong with you guys? Chairman Kang Dong-ho's wife, Mrs. Cho Seon-hee, spoke up, scaring them. She realized someone had entered. That person is none other than Chairman Dong-ho. He came with a very serious expression. The chairman sat down and said, "Please take a seat. Everyone's here, so I'll get straight to the point. You probably already know, but lately, I haven't been the same. I've started losing motivation, and my vision is getting blurry. I'm feeling really exhausted. So we will begin the process of inheriting the corporation. Please cooperate, everyone." Hearing that, everyone seriously complied. The first person to speak out was Director Choi. It seems Director Choi hasn't quite heard what I said. Should I repeat myself? The chairman is dissatisfied. Hearing this, Director Choi dared not speak up. Sorry. He finished speaking and then sat down. The chairman slowly said, "It's time for me to retire, tend to my garden, play Chinese chess, and relax." Hearing that, his two sons showed eager faces. The wife's face showed deep concern upon hearing this. "I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm leaving now." The meeting ended just like that, short and simple. Before leaving, the chairman turned around and said, "It seems like the board here is eagerly awaiting my departure." Except for Director Choi, no one opposed. The others, hearing that, fearfully ran after to explain. But what they got in return was the door slammed shut fiercely. The chairman's family returned, and the eldest son sighed. "Dad really seems to be angry." The second person replied, "Isn't it because of you? You caused trouble, and in the end, Dad gave up because he was too annoyed. Isn't that right? So now you're still daring to laugh? What the heck are you talking about? You're the one they call a ruthless tycoon. Who would want to work under someone like you? You're worried that Dad will leave everything to me, the eldest child. No matter how hard you try, you're just the younger sibling. But you already knew, so you're probably not worried, right? Probably not. As long as I'm your big brother, don't even dream of becoming the chairman of this corporation." Hearing that, Mrs. Sun-hai spoke up with a warning. "Did you all forget I'm still here? How pathetic. Do you really think he would easily hand over the position of chairman? He is just waiting to see who will act first." Switching to the chairman's side, his subordinates were still in shock. He thought the chairman was joking. "Chairman, I'm not ready at all. This situation came up unexpectedly, which is why I told you to get ready. Is there a problem?" "There is no suitable candidate." Who do you intend to concede to, and how will you divide it? If you make the wrong decision, the corporation will face a huge risk. The person speaking is the head of the strategy department. His name is Lee Sang-jae. You mean the heir? I don't really know. I'm not a king, right? I can't just pick a crown prince and pass on the throne like a king. Anyway, if I step down, an ambitious guy will take over, and the others will obediently stand behind him. Are you curious about what the scene looked like then? You mean you want to witness the chaos of the corporation? Pressure makes diamonds. Haven't you noticed that this company hasn't made any improvements for a long time? Let's see how things unfold and who will step up. It might be someone we never expected. Switch to the sales room. An intern is focused on working. He told himself he needed to finish the tasks that Assistant Director Du requested. Over there, 2 people are gathering and talking. I heard there was just a board of directors meeting. Wonder what it was about. Probably about those boys, right? They've been appearing on the news a lot lately. Do you think the stock will keep falling? Why now of all times? The guy with the parted hair walked out, tapped the table, and told the intern, "Hey, intern, the coffee's out." He politely replied, "But can I go get it after I finish my work? I'm almost done." Huh, you really don't know how to communicate, do you? Do you even realize what's more important right now? Of course, my coffee is way more important than your little tasks. The whole office is out of coffee, so no one can work efficiently. Oh, or is it because you just graduated from Jija University that you don't get it? He felt awkward hearing that, so he replied, "I got it. I'll get the coffee right away." The other person also felt that he had a bit of an attitude. Your seniors had to study really hard to get in here. You just got lucky. If you have any sense of shame, then work hard and do your best. Yes, I'll be more careful next time. He seems to be a bit hesitant about confrontation. At this moment, someone called out to the intern. This is his team leader. He ordered, "Take this to the sales room. They need it urgently, so hurry up." "What are you doing? Why aren't you moving faster?" Hearing that, the intern quickly ran away. "Hey, Kaucha, do you want to stay the smallest person here forever? People just started, and why are you acting so weird?" The captain threatened. "Do you know the company strongly opposes bullying? It even gets recorded in your file. What if she reports you? What are you planning to do?" The poor guy walked along thinking, "All right, just endure it. No matter how hard it is, you have to endure it. Opportunities like this won't come twice. How did I even get into such a big corporation?" He kept running without noticing that a leader was standing ahead, talking on the phone. Just when he realized it, it seemed to be too late. A collision occurred, and the files were scattered everywhere. "I'm sorry, are you hurt?" He was scared. "I'm busy right now, so I'll skip it. Next time I won't be so nice." Then, he ignored the young man and returned to his own story. He breathed a sigh of relief because he didn't expect to be punished. At this moment, many people are speaking up to greet the president. He looked down and saw the esteemed chairman walking in. "This is Chairman Kang Dong-ho of the group. The first time I met him, I wanted to greet him too." Thinking kept him from noticing the documents in his hand. A crucial document suddenly fell from above. Because of the surprise, he couldn't control himself and rushed to grab that document. "I have to bring this stack of documents to the sales department. If I make a mistake, don't even dream about getting a permanent position." Luckily, we finally caught it. The young man slipped again. It makes him lose his balance. The next moment, my body instinctively plunged downward. When the president looked up from below, it was already too late. The young man slammed his head into the chairman's head. Then both of them were taken to the emergency room. All the doctors are focused on saving lives. "You need to take this patient to the emergency room immediately." But did this guy seem to fall on the president? They heard that he fell from a high place. Hearing this, they sighed, and the boy had to say goodbye to the Choi Sung group. On this side, Chairman Kang has started to wake up. He felt his head pounding and couldn't tell where he was. The chairman rubbed his head. It seemed like he had bumped his head and was taken to the hospital. Lee Sung-dae is overreacting again. "I'm this healthy and still have to go to the hospital. But why aren't there any bodyguards around here? Have they all gone out?" He was still fumbling around looking for them. Suddenly, the chairman saw himself in the mirror. "Who is this? Why do I see someone else's face like this?" The person he saw was the employee from earlier. At that moment, a doctor walked in. "Dun-hyun, you shouldn't get up yet," the doctor reminded. "Patient Dun-hyun, you need to lie down and rest." The chairman doesn't understand who she's talking about. Someone from behind who was sleeping woke up. "Oh, Thuk Tap Sin Hoang, you're awake. Do you know who I am?" Hearing himself being called that made the chairman surprised once again. "Intern. You dare call me an intern? I am Kang Dong-ho, chairman of the Choi Sung Corporation." The other person heard that and thought, did this guy hit his head too hard and go crazy? Then he screamed, "Bokow, are you crazy? Don't you remember that you fell on the chairman?" The chairman is unconscious because of you. How dare you joke like that? Wake up, Huang the trainee. The chairman who collapsed is me. So who is this? Hearing this, Chairman Dong Ho, in the body of Dun Hee-un, asked the other person, "Where is the chairman?" He couldn't understand why this guy had been talking nonsense, but he still replied, "Probably in the VIP room already." Hearing this, Chairman Kang immediately left. The other person tried to chase but couldn't catch up in time. He went to the VIP room, walking and still can't believe I'm in someone else's body. So who is the chairman lying there? I need to see his face. At that moment, he walked past a middle-aged man. Two people accidentally bump into each other. At this moment, the chairman finally saw the person who had bumped into him. This is Lee Sang-jae. He doesn't recognize him. The chairman didn't want to argue and immediately ran off. Lee Sang-dae also doesn't understand what that kid's name is about. Then he realized this was the young man who had fallen into the chairman. He ordered, "The chairman is in danger. Stop him." Immediately, the chairman was stopped. He shouted loudly that the person was an imposter. Inside the VIP room, the patient there is still inactive. The chairman still shouted that the name in the room was fake. "I am the real President Kang." The person in there is still lying motionless. The captain of Dun Hyun felt a headache and asked, "Are you awake now? Why did you go to the chairman's place? Did you have a strange dream or something?" But the chairman thought to himself, "I'd rather be dreaming. I can't believe this is really happening. If it weren't for me, you'd be sleeping at the station instead of the hospital. The kid's a little crazy, usually a bit dumb, but probably got hit in the head and went totally nuts. Thanks to me speaking up, you got released." But Dun Hyun still remained silent, not paying attention to what he was saying. The captain spoke up honestly and gave advice. "Even though you're just a trainee, you were once part of my team. As the team leader, I'll give you some advice. You can't keep living like this. This is the last time I'm nagging you, so listen carefully. Don't be sad about getting fired, just live honestly. Will you be able to pack tomorrow?" Hearing this, Dun Hyun, since it's hard to explain when someone is in another person's body, I'll refer to them by the name of their new body, okay? Dun Hyun didn't understand. "But I'm the chairman." "Oh, I'm just an intern now. I'm the one who made the chairman end up like that, so it's only right that I got fired. Am I really being kicked out of my own company's gate like this? I can't believe I've been switched bodies with someone else like this." The captain stood up, ready to leave. "Talking about this now won't change anything. You'll have to stay in the hospital for a few more days. Don't worry about the hospital bill. The company will take care of it. I'm heading out now. Remember to call me when you're discharged." After being left alone, Dun Hyun summarized everything that happened today. Someone fell from above and hit their head. How did this happen? Then I woke up in his body. Does that mean he's in mine? Dun Hyun held tight. Now I need to understand my own physical condition, but with all those bodyguards standing there, how can I get in? Then he stood up. I will start by adapting to this body first, and then find a way to return to my old body. The next morning, Dun Hyun took a taxi to go home. This is a poor area of the city. Dun Hyun thought back and realized that he was indeed a bothersome doctor. His body has improved. Staying in the hospital would only waste the company's money. Then he looked up. I have nowhere else to go, so I went to the address on my ID card. As an intern, his life must be pretty simple, right? I have nowhere left to go. I should stay here first to understand this body. There must be a way to return to my own body, right? This guy is young, so climbing stairs is a breeze for him. Climbing mountains like this must be so much fun. But a rooftop room? At that moment, two thugs approached and called Dun Hyun. Didn't we say yesterday was the deadline for your payment? Dun Hyun asked them who they were. This guy is really crazy. If he's that curious, just let him know. As soon as the words left his mouth, Dun Hyun took a punch to the chest. Then he grabbed his hair and yanked him up. We've taken care of you all this time and now you dare to ignore us? You'll probably remember after getting a beating, right? He slapped Dun Hyun's face with his hand. Fatty joined in, landing a kick right to the stomach. Hey Dun Hyun, do you remember us yet? Why haven't you answered the phone these past few days? Dun Hyun, that jerk. What did he do? Didn't I tell him I was in the hospital? That's your problem. So when is the computer giving us the money? If you don't give me the money, I'll find your dad, and one of you two will have to pay me. What does money mean? Dun Hyun wondered. So that means they came here to collect the debt from Dun Hyun's father. So my dad borrowed money from you guys, but I'm the one who... Does this guy want to get hit again or something? Dun Hyun asked him. How much? Damn, you've been babbling nonsense all this time. Put your hand down, this guy must be really upset. When hearing that name, they asked, Do you want to know how many there are? Don't be startled, you brought this upon yourselves. Profit from 2012 to 2018 totaled 250 million. It's been 5 years. Do you know what compound interest is? Wait, how much? 250 million? You said you'd pay me. Dun Hyun didn't expect I'd end up like this just for that amount of money. I got beat up by gangsters just for that amount of money? He's still puzzled by that question. Give me a week. Give me a week, and I'll pay you 500 million with compound interest. Hearing that, the fat guy thought Dun Hyun had gone crazy. I'm not going to be fooled by you anymore, you bastard. Just as he was about to strike, the skinny guy behind him said, All right then. It says it will pay, so you have no choice but to believe it. This is your last chance. If you don't pay on time this time, I won't let it slide. I'll sell your organs to pay off my debt. Got it? We're leaving. You've got 1 week. After they left, then he laughed loudly, making the thugs think Dun Hyun was going crazy. He smiled bitterly. Being a trainee wasn't hard enough. Now I'm even getting beaten up by gangsters. When angry, you still need to keep a cool head. Now I know what I need to do next. Dun Hyun regained his composure, determined. Intern or whatever, this isn't the time to sit still. I need to get to work. That evening at the corporation, everyone is sitting around the table. What happened that made Dad so gloomy? Who caused it? As an intern in the Human Resources Department, he is currently hospitalized. What did you say? An intern? So how did you handle that person? We don't allow people like that to keep working at the company. My father had just announced his retirement when this happened. This put us, the sons, in a difficult position. We must fulfill our filial duty before he passes away. The second person sighed upon hearing that. Stop acting lowly. You know father isn't dead yet. You were happy when you heard your father was unconscious, weren't you? Why are you suddenly acting like a filial son now? Hearing that, the oldest brother was furious. Lee Sung-dae didn't want to hear any more and spoke up immediately. Excuse me, should we observe that intern for a bit longer? The eldest son was furious. CEO, what are you talking about? Recently, the company has been receiving a lot of negative media coverage every day. I believe you won't deny that. Although we are doing everything we can to keep the situation under control and prevent news of the chairman's accident from leaking. Additionally, if the intern gets fired and starts spreading malicious rumors, handling the media is already difficult enough without having to worry about those rumors as well. In this situation, keeping him under control is better, easier to monitor. As long as we don't expel anyone, there will be no hostility. We will carefully monitor that person. When the media calms down, we can quietly dismiss them. The executive cautiously analyzes. At this moment, the scene shifts to Dun Hyun. I'm suffocating in the crowded train. How can I work when I'm already so tired early in the morning, and I still have to take another route? Dun Hyun wondered. Finally arrived at the last stop, Dun Hyun moved to the company Choi Sung. Our president in the body of intern Dun Hyun has finally realized. Is this how the employees commute by subway every day? Should I adjust their working hours after they return to their bodies? I understand why the assistants look tired every morning. This is definitely the hall I see every day, but it feels really strange. Everyone bowed deeply when they saw him. Hello, sir. Mr. Chairman, it's truly an honor to have you here, Mr. Chairman. Usually everything he hears is just greetings. Today, even if I call myself the president, who would believe an intern? Now just be an intern until we figure out how to get back to my body. But which department should I be in? Hey, I need to ask for directions. Hearing that, the receptionist, clearly displeased, asked back, Who are you, and why are you speaking to me so disrespectfully? It must have been very difficult for Dun Hyun to get to work. Dun Hyun is still struggling with the pile of work. What exactly do they want me to do? I've opened the file as requested, but I don't really understand the purpose. The girl next to her asked if Dun Hyun had already organized the file. He scratched his head and asked, I'm not sure if I can use this software? What? What do you mean? Dun Hyun, you have a level 1 computer science certificate. What? Your head must have hit something hard. It even affected your hearing. Damn, I know how to read spreadsheets made by others, but I don't know how to make one myself. Thinking that, but on the outside, Dun Hyun still had to pretend. Is it because of a headache? My memory of the work. The person behind Dun Hyun spoke up. What's going on, intern? Can't you do what you used to be good at anymore? Then stay at the hospital. Why come to the company? The girl next to him told Dun Hyun that it was employee Cha. He stood up and spoke with a tone of disdain, typical of those who graduated from low-tier universities. The girl in the pink shirt heard that and spoke up to stop him. Chaya. Everyone is working, stop it quickly. Assistant manager, I'm not wrong. He only knows one thing, and now he's forgotten even that. What else can he do? He's still stubborn. Dun Hyun here doesn't understand. Who is this guy? He's an employee himself, and now he's acting all high and mighty, judging others. He went to Sai Dun Hyun to get coffee. Dun Hyun sneered, just a kid being so rude. Dun Hyun couldn't hold back. Dun Hyun told the staff, "Cha, what are you doing during working hours?" Hearing that, the person was still unsure if they had heard correctly. Dun Hyun continued, "Do you get paid for sticking your nose into other people's business for no reason?" The guy named Cha thought, "Is this kid crazy? So, a jerk like you is starting to act like a senior now, huh?" He asked Dun Hyun. "Is checking the stock board your job?" Dun Hyun asked. "What? What are you talking about?" the other person asked in reply. "If you want to deceive others, at least don't make it too obvious. Do you think people don't notice?" He thought to himself, "I'm sure I've already closed it. That bastard, even though there are many people passing by right now. I only checked that briefly after finishing my work, but I couldn't stand the way you worked, so I came to see." "Why are you making such a fuss, intern?" "Oh, really? Even the lowest level staff are responsible for evaluating interns? I didn't know that." Dun Hyun said sternly, "You're not my supervisor, so please stop overstepping your duties and return to your seat." Right then, the captain walked over and asked, "What are you guys doing?" "Hey, Cha Dong-suk, have you finished organizing the inventory I asked for yet? I don't have it yet, so hurry up. And you, Hwang Dun Hyun, follow me for a moment." When they reached the rooftop, the captain asked Dun Hyun, "What's going on with you all of a sudden?" A sharp response to the senior's words. "Are you doing this because you're about to get fired? Isn't that right? You're not a child, so try to control yourself a bit." Dun Hyun asked, "So you're saying I have to endure those things?" The captain sighed. "Mister, I'm talking. Don't cause any more trouble until the break." Dun Hyun didn't back down. "I'm just stating the truth. Think broader. Even the leadership knows your name. If you cause more trouble, the consequences will be even more severe. Even though you're just an intern, you're still part of the Human Resources Department, and that's what concerns me." Dun Hyun heard that and found it truly ridiculous. "Listen up, Team Leader Park. Before worrying about me, you should worry about the Human Resources Department. I heard you say that a task was assigned to Cha, but even though it hasn't been completed, he's more preoccupied with stock charts. Do you think an employee like that would review or check the data they've worked on? Can you trust them? Even a small data error could cause an issue, and the person responsible will be the team leader." Hearing that, Captain Park felt scared. "Hwang Dun Hyun, I really appreciate your reminder. But don't you think it's a bit arrogant for an intern to say something like this?" "Not at all. And in my opinion, the main issue is with you, team leader. It's like you're covering for that lazy employee. Don't you see that Assistant Cho was very unhappy with employee Cha's behavior and tried to stop him? Isn't Assistant Cho also a senior? What do you think when employee Cha ignores the words of Assistant Cho, who is his senior? It was your protection that made the group members become rude, disrespect their seniors, and even do personal tasks during work hours." Dun Hyun emphasized that being a good team leader involves not only protecting your staff, but also properly guiding them if they make mistakes. "In my opinion, the employee performance evaluation is far from satisfactory. Is it really okay?" Captain Park looked at Dun Hyun carefully and really thought about it. Even though it was crazy for a trainee to be giving instructions to a senior, it always reminded him of the HR data of the chairman. Then the two people returned to work. Suddenly Dun Hyun's phone rang. He doesn't know who will call him. The gangster reminded Dun Hyun that there are only 6 days left. "It's 500 million won, you know that. Get the money ready if you don't want to lose all your organs. I just met these guys yesterday, and now they're already after me. I need to get away from these jerks. I also need money if I don't want to take the subway to work tomorrow. I have no choice but to go there, floor 36, the chairman's office, head straight to my office." At the end of that workday, the captain said everyone should clean up their area. "In 10 minutes, we can leave. Hwang Dun Hyun, you're ready too? Today is the company party. Didn't you check the schedule? Why does it have to be today?" Dun Hyun was disappointed. Seeing this, he thought, "This is really an opportunity. Leader, I still have a report to submit to the manager before tomorrow morning, so I'll make it by 8 a.m. Manager Cho spoke up. Dun Hyun also reported, "Yes, team leader, I have work to do." "Why bother with a stuttering intern?" Cha Dong-suk spoke up. Dun Hyun realized this was a great opportunity to sneak into the chairman's office when everyone had left the company. But he couldn't stand Dong-suk's attitude and spoke up. "What do you mean by babbling intern?" He reminded Dun Hyun, "You should go and grill the meat for everyone. Get there early to set up the tables and chairs." "That's right, Dun Hyun. Let's consider today as a celebration for your recovery and discharge," the captain reminded us. Hearing this, Dun Hyun decided to agree, partly because there were still many employees working overtime. He thought it would be better to leave first and then come back. Transition to the barbecue restaurant. On the table is a delicious Korean-style barbecue. Everyone happily eats and drinks together. Dun Hyun wondered, it must have been a long time. When was the last time I went to a company party like this? Then he remembered it was the last party he attended. That was before he became the chairman, when he was still gaining extensive management experience at a manufacturing company. The captain reminded, Hwang Dun-hyun, drink up and pour more to celebrate your discharge from the hospital. Oh boy, I'm going to the restroom for a bit. Just call if you need anything. It's been a while since our last company party, so feel free to enjoy the food. Grilled pork is really delicious, but even a small piece makes me feel fed up. So he raised his hand and called the restaurant owner. Please get 4 more portions of sirloin. If there's chuck meat, add 2 more portions as well. Hearing that, everyone was very surprised. Why the foreigner? And there's also the meat from the neck bone. Looking at their reaction like that, Dun-hyun couldn't understand what she had done wrong. Cha Dong-suk spoke up. Haven't you ever gone out for barbecue or ordered food? Who eats sirloin steak at a company party? Do you know how much that place costs? Dun-hyun realized, is that why they looked at me like that? Isn't beef a common dish at company parties? Company parties aren't about eating like that, right? Besides, didn't the team leader just say we could ask for whatever we needed? But that doesn't mean you can order anything. The ribeye is a bit pricey. Dun-hyun casually said, employees of the company work hard when they get to eat good food. Surely the chairman will be proud of this, right? You say it like I'm the chairman. Did that person say so? But looking at his confident demeanor, maybe he's already told the team leader. Right. Didn't the team leader say today's party was also to celebrate his discharge from the hospital? That's right. Take this chance to have some beef, everyone chimed in, leaving Cha Dong-suk at a loss for words. And so everyone rushed to order the same dish that Dun-hyun had ordered. Right. Since it's a company party, everyone should eat a lot. Then the captain went to pay. The amount over 1 million made his hands tremble. He was momentarily speechless. After a while, Captain Pak exploded. Oh my God, you guys. Who told you to eat beef? At the very least, you should have gone. One person in the group spoke up, because earlier, Hwang Dun-hyun had ordered so enthusiastically, so the captain asked where that kid was. He had something to do, so he left early. Hearing that, the captain was completely stunned. Dun-hyun walked and thought, Leader Park, the feelings you have for the team are truly special. You even organized a party for the employees who worked hard. I couldn't have a proper meal that I really enjoyed because I didn't have money, but thanks to you, it felt like I had a decent meal, even though it was a bit greasy. But forget about that. Time to focus on yourself now, right? Dun-hyun slowly walked into the company. He stepped into the elevator. Over here, the person in charge of the security camera is busy playing games. Dun-hyun was pleased. Just as I thought, not building a special elevator for the chairman was indeed a wise choice. If I had that, it would have been hard for me to get here. The fact is that there are no cameras on the 36th floor. As long as the elevator camera doesn't catch me going to the 36th floor, everything will be fine. I used to underestimate the security system monitoring the workflow, but it turns out it's useful now. Just thinking about the bodyguard staring at the chairman while he's working is truly ridiculous. Returning to the old room filled Dun-hyun with nostalgia. This is the chair I hadn't left for a second before. Now, after going through countless difficulties to come back once again, it feels so comfortable. Although I have been absent for a while, the office is still very tidy. How wonderful it would be to return to my own body. He noticed the familiar pen on the desk. It is such a pleasure to see it again after a while. I've used it every day to the point where using another one feels strange. Since we're here, we have to bring it with us. It's been a while since I last saw this scene. Though it's far from peaceful, getting to see it again isn't easy either. I'm sure I'll be back to this office. But right now is not the time. After that, Dun-hyun went to the place to get the gold. Looking at the picture on the wall, he thought to himself, this is a masterpiece no matter the angle. I'm not sure how long I'll stick with this body. But shouldn't I and this body live more leisurely, even if just for a short time? You have arrived at a place storing too much gold. 2 days later at the rooftop where Dun-hyun is... 2 thugs showed up and asked, Hey Hwang Dun-hyun, what's going on? You were supposed to call us first. Do you have enough money? If you called us over just for a trivial matter, you're finished. Here, 500 million won as I promised. It's done, right? They slowly opened the bag. Wow, really? What's going on? Do you actually want to pay it all off? They were completely shocked. But where did this money come from? Did you win the lottery or something? Hearing this, Dun-hyun coldly replied, That's none of your business. Give me the IOU. Of course, I will give it to you right away. So next time, please take good care of me, dear customer. Dun-hyun didn't say a word but yanked the debt note forcefully. Then he ripped it and threw it at the gangster's head. Don't worry, that won't happen again. Tenbyo was furious and cursed at Dun-hyun. You crazy dog, how dare you? Dun-hyun didn't respond, but there was something he needed to do. Hey, I almost forgot. I have something else to give you. Baeo was momentarily confused and didn't understand. He was still stunned when Dun Hyun punched him straight in the face. The punch from Dun Hyun smashed his pig face. He angrily told Dun Hyun that he must be tired of living. Then he handed over a stack of money. This is considered hush money, but the fat guy was still gritting his teeth angrily, ready to rush in and deal with Dun Hyun. But his boss held him back, telling him to endure. Look at the amount of money he gave you. Just one punch and that much money, shouldn't you take it? Hearing that, he had no choice but to obediently comply. But Dun Hyun didn't hand it over. Instead, he threw the stack of money onto the ground. Dun Hyun coldly said, "Don't ever meet again in the future." Then he turned away. Everything was fine. The urgent issue had been resolved. In the future, there won't be many jerks bothering me anymore. Now it's time to check this body. Fatty, still fuming after leaving, asked, "Boss, are we just going to let this go?" "Yes," replied the boss, "because he already paid. But where does that poor guy get all that money from? I'm sure there's still plenty of money left. Our problem right now is figuring out how to get even more money from that guy." At Kangwon National University Hospital, Dun Hyun has arrived, and I think the security team will be more alert after the commotion we caused. All right, it's worth a try if there's only one person. Feel as natural as possible. But now that I think about it, it's a bit unsettling. A crazy intern tried to break into the chairman's hospital room, but instead of tightening security, they only left one bodyguard. I just passed out a few days ago and I'm already being treated like a useless piece of trash? Lee Sang-dae, I didn't expect you to. But while Dun Hyun was still thinking, a few people had already arrived. Lee Sang-jae, that meticulous jerk. Just as expected, he even increased the number of bodyguards. What should I do now? I can't get inside with so many people around. At this moment, the nurse who had been examining from inside came out. Seeing her, Dun Hyun came up with an idea. He followed to find an opportunity. By chance, he overheard the nurse talking. She called her husband complaining, "I told you it wasn't allowed. So, how are you going to handle this month's bank interest?" "No, tell your brother to figure it out himself. How long do we have to meddle in other people's business? We don't have any money left. Do you know how much money the kids need each month?" Dun Hyun heard that and felt this was the perfect target. I should talk to her. At a place of worship, the leaders of the Choi Sung group are holding a ceremony here. After finishing, they went out together. The chairman's two sons spoke up. "Mom, we have something to do, so we're leaving first." "Oh, really? You two go ahead. Remember not to get into trouble again." "There's nothing there, Mom. Do you really think that wherever we go, there's trouble? Aren't you two going to stay for Grandma's memorial meal?" The uncle approached and spoke up. "Sun-hai, you're awake too? This is Cho Byung-mo, chairman of the board of directors of the Hundudong Corporation. What's the point of staying here longer? Once it's done, everyone should just go home." Hearing that, the two nieces bowed their heads and asked for permission. But the older brother never shows up? He doesn't want to see him. How valuable is that tiny company anyway? "Oh, if you're not busy, can we talk for a bit?" Hearing this, Mrs. Sun-hai was also a bit curious. Then she asked, "What do you want to say? How's Chairman Kang? Still sleeping?" "Yes, the doctor said he's in good health but still lacks awareness. He has taken so many good things that you don't know about. Just think, some people have woken up after 10 years of being inactive. That's how young people are different, but that person has at most 3 years. So I want to say," suddenly two kids said to each other, "If adults see us, we'll get scolded. Hurry up. On the ground lies an insect waiting to die." The chairman bent down to pick it up. Holding the insect in his hand, he said, "Even if you try to hold on, something useless like this is still worthless. Instead of letting it live meaninglessly, just let it go." Then he saw a spider nearby. Chairman Cho tossed the insect to the spider and said, "Help it die faster. This spider must have been waiting a long time after finishing its web. Shouldn't we give it this ready prey? Why did you touch those filthy things? I'm not sure what you're hoping for, but are you really afraid to send him off, considering he's just lying around in the hospital like that?" "What do you mean?" The heir hasn't decided anything yet, has he? If the chairman of Choi Sung, Kang Dong-ho, passes away now, his wife will get everything, including the Choi Sung Corporation. So you want me to kill my husband with my own hands? Is this what you should be telling your sister? The current situation is that Chairman Kang can't do anything. Even if he wakes up, do you think he can return to normal? Sending him off now is the best thing you can do. In return, Choi Sung will be the gift you receive. So what about you? Did you kill someone to get the position of chairman of the group? Little sister, if you want to ask questions, you should be more specific. It's not about whether you've ever killed someone, but how many you've killed." After saying that, his face broke into a sinister smile. At Kangwon National University Hospital, The nurse in charge of the chairman's office is holding a phone. Looking at the account balance, she was worried. How am I going to make it to the end of the month? Dun Hyun pretended to walk by accidentally. You've worked so hard. Here, have some water and keep working. Yes, thank you. As soon as he finishes, he leaves immediately. She took it, not expecting there to be a piece of paper tied to a belt. The nurse gradually stepped away, but what was in front of her left her stunned. It is a 1,000,000 won check with the note. I will wait in the parking lot in front of the hospital entrance. She saw that and rushed out. The nurse hurriedly searched for the person who had just been there. Dun Hyun waved at her from afar. The nurse recognized that he was the one who gave the money. Did you drink the energy drink yet? Dun Hyun asked. Thank you, but I can't accept this money without knowing the reason. Therefore, I will return it and ask you to take it back. Oh, is that not enough? Dun Hyun asked. No, it is not like that. Dun Hyun continued. I'll make you an irresistible offer. If you're only reporting to me about Chairman Kang's situation, besides the bank check, there's also this cash. He brought out a box filled with a lot of money. Dun Hyun was completely surprised upon seeing that. I will keep the secret too. You're the messenger. What's your choice? So the nurse agreed. Dun Hyun received the information he needed. He is still in a coma. At this point, there is no chance he will wake up. Dun Hyun was lost in thought, wondering what would happen to her if that body died. Would her consciousness disappear too? Or perhaps even if the body dies, one's consciousness will continue to live under the name Hwang Dun-hee-un. If I disappear like this, what will happen to Choi Sung later on? The Choi Sung Corporation means everything to me. From a young age, I lived to become the owner of Choi Sung. After achieving that, I lived to grow Choi Sung. After growing older, I lived in discord with my wife and children, who always wanted me to pass on Choi Sung and retire. The children had never shown enough qualifications to become the successor of Choi Sung. I am not ready to hand over Choi Sung to the kids and disappear like that. If Choi Sung is handed over to them now, Choi Sung will collapse or fall apart in their hands. For the company I've dedicated my entire life to. For the return to my original body. Remember those who are unreliable. Dun Hee-un decided to protect the Choi Sung Corporation from his own family. Return to the housing area of Dun Hee-un. He is determined to protect the Choi Sung Group. But now he's just an intern. Dun Hee-un can't even give orders to his own son, let alone make important decisions in the corporation. Doing this alone is completely impossible. Dun Hee-un needs someone with high authority in the company to trust. The person Dun Hee-un chose as CEO is Lee Sang-jae. If he trusts me and agrees to follow, everything can be resolved quickly. On his way to work, Dun Hee-un saw a fortune-telling shop that reminded him of an old story. At that moment, the chairman called CEO Lee up and asked, Do you believe in things like fortune-telling? Sure? Why are you asking all of a sudden? Look, this is an analysis of my appearance in the newspaper. It says, Kang Dong-ho, chairman of the Choi Sung Group, has a strong and sharp gaze, reminiscent of a dragon's eye. This person can quickly read those around him and assess situations. With a decisive nature, natural leadership skills, and a knack for successful ventures, he is adept at high-risk investments. Moreover, his unwavering character, ability to handle challenging situations, and talent for inspiring others in various scenarios characterize him as a true leader. His thick eyebrows indicate that he consistently provides outstanding answers. They say my eyes look like a dragon. People say everything I do leads to success. Do you believe it? Chairman Lee responded, Fortune-telling and face-reading are just scams. A company's success is determined by management skills, not the chairman's appearance. Astrology, fortune-telling, face-reading, and similar things only tell clients what they want to hear. I don't believe in those superstitions. Dun Hee-un is also not sure that someone like that would believe him when he talks about the current situation. He would treat Dun Hee-un like a lunatic and then call the police, wouldn't he? There's no other way. I have to change tactics. Instead of going to meet Lee Sang-jae, I'll let him come to me. So Lee Sang-jae, shall we show off a bit of our skills? At Choi Sung Corporation. Look here, Manager Park. Is it reasonable for a company party to cost up to 1.2 million won? The accountant is questioning it. We will deduct it from your department's budget next month. Remember that. I'm sorry, this won't happen again. The department head Pak thought about Hwang Dun-hyun. That kid is really hard to control. Why hasn't he been kicked out yet? Suddenly the CEO texted Manager Pak, come to my office quickly. He thinks that what he just said has finally come to pass. At the office of the Chief Executive Officer, Head of Department Park, sorry for calling you here so suddenly. I want to know how Hwang Dun-hee-un, the intern from your department, is doing these days. The one who hit the chairman. The department head thought, as a department head, maybe I should be as polite as possible, right? He answered, the thing is, I've been quite worried about that intern lately. What are you worried about? Since the accident, he has had to deal with memory loss and can no longer do the things he used to. Given his health issues, I think letting him rest isn't a bad idea. In short, he's just annoying, right? I'm sorry, but we can't fire him right now. It seems the higher-ups are worried that after he's let go, he might hold a grudge and spread negative rumors, which could lead to more unfavorable articles about the company. I will acknowledge your efforts in the next performance review. So, in the meantime, make sure to keep him out of trouble. Back to the urgent working atmosphere of Dun-hyun. Dun-hyun was surprised. What's going on? Everyone is so busy that no one even cares about me. Assistant director, is there anything I can do? She waved her hand dismissively, looking very busy. Dun-hyun understood that he had to stand out if he wanted to meet Lee Sang-jae. But if treated like this, it would be difficult. The goal is now just the name Cha Dong-suk. Who is he talking to? He looks very desperate. Looking back, the whole office has been busy like this since this morning, right? What the hell is going on today? Dun-hyun went to ask Dong-suk, "Who are you talking to?" He signaled to Dun-hyun to stay quiet. Finally, Dong-suk finished the phone call. He turned to Dun-hyun and said, "Hey intern, what are you running around for today? I'm busy, go somewhere else. I am an intern, so I don't know what I should be doing. Please explain what you are doing and what tasks I need to complete. The financial quarter is about to close, so that's why everyone is so busy. We also have to report the inventory status of the subcontractors. However, if the sales department, which manages the subcontractors, doesn't share information, it's impossible to close the books. But since the sales room is always busy and can't provide it, we have to handle it by making calls like this. Since the intern calling won't be of much help, just sit down and observe. A full-time employee making a call doesn't mean they will provide data immediately. It seems like the sales department is trying to teach the resources department a lesson. Power struggle between departments, quite interesting. I might be able to help a bit." Then Dong-suk continued calling to ask for the data, but it seemed unlikely to succeed. Dun-hyun saw this and immediately grabbed the phone. The other end answered, "I told you I'd give it later. I'm busy. Stop calling me." Hearing that, Dun-hyun got angry. "What? You haven't even completed your task and you're talking like that?" Dun-hyun said directly, "I'm not beating around the bush. Since we need to finalize everything within 2 days, if you don't provide us with the data from Group 3 won't be entered either." "Hey, what did you just say?" "Who are you?" the other person asked urgently. "Me? I'm Hwang Dun-hyun, an intern in Group 2 of the Resource Department." Manager Pak was extremely surprised when Dun-hyun answered the phone. "I didn't order him to do anything, just in case something bad happens." Dun-hyun continued, "If you don't provide the data soon, we won't import anything. What's your decision?" "This is very simple. Just provide what's requested and take what you need. Why do you keep making excuses and complicating everything? All right, if you don't provide it, we'll just leave it and finalize the account. Then you go and take responsibility. Also, please show some respect. Talking to me so rudely like that, do you even know who I am? I'm hanging up now." The other end spoke up. "Hey, what did you just say?" But Dun-hyun had already hung up. Dun-hyun turned around and saw everyone staring at him, not understanding what was going on. Dong-suk asked, "Hey intern, what did you just do?" But the department head was even angrier. "Hey Hwang Dun-hyun, you over there, what do you think you're doing? What kind of nonsense conclusion did you just make on the phone? Are you crazy? Do you think we can do a financial report with nothing but blank spaces? Did you forget what the financial report means? Go apologize to them now." "Why should we apologize? We were right. I provided them with all the necessary information about the job and the consequences if it wasn't completed. What happens after that is his responsibility." "You think I said that because I don't know? In any industrial company, everything revolves around the sales department. I know about that, but accepting it and complying with it are two completely different things, Leader Pak. So what? Just because we say it doesn't mean we're sabotaging the sales room, right?" Dun-hyun said casually. "Hey you, watch your language. Just because we're colleagues doesn't mean—" "Team leader, please calm down." Watching Director Pak's reaction made Dun-hyun think, it seems like he's a bit controlled by the sales department, huh? Even though they aren't really a big problem. The sales department competes daily with rival companies, colleagues, and even subcontractors, all to improve efficiency. For support staff, who rarely confront or argue with others, feeling controlled is unavoidable. Dun-hyun turned away and said, "Yes, I understand. I will go apologize. I'll come back, but deep down you think differently. We've already started, so they can't refuse to follow." The manager Park thought the kid was obedient, so he calmed down. But he still wondered, why did he suddenly listen? Has he come to his senses? But that kid, what was that expression just now? What if he causes trouble again? Just thinking about it made him break out in a cold sweat. The director specifically requested that I keep an eye on him and not let him cause any more trouble. He's starting to get scared. Damn it, this guy is crazy. Dun Hyun, hold on. Over here, the sales staff are also having a hard time with Dun Hyun, damn it, an intern, but before he could finish speaking, Dun Hyun appeared in front of him. What about the intern? You're the one who talked to me on the phone, right? He was still puzzled and asked who Dun Hyun was. Dun Hyun introduced himself as the intern who had just spoken to him on the phone. He said he was busy, so I came to make a suggestion. What? Proposal? Are you crazy? Is this guy nuts? A trainee bringing up this issue? Dun Hyun firmly responded, that's enough. I heard that the sales department is so busy that they don't have time to check inventory. Is that right? From now on, our department will directly receive reports from the manufacturing company about the stock. Are you grateful for that? The guy asked. What's this about now? The manager came over and said, Hwang Dun-hyun, I told you to apologize, so why are you saying this? Are we going to receive the inventory directly from the manufacturing company? Why did you make this decision without my approval? Just apologize and end this already. Leader, think carefully. Dun-hyun thought to himself, Leader Pak, this chairman is explaining how to work smart, so pay close attention. Instead of gathering 10 sergeants after their discharge, wouldn't it be easier to assemble 1,000 people? The department head Pak heard this and was momentarily confused. If the sales department doesn't cooperate like this, wouldn't it be more effective to bypass them and go directly to the manufacturing company to get the data? If the outsourcing company is also slow to cooperate, we can simply freeze the funds using the authority of the resource department, and everything will resolve itself. Hey intern, does our work not count as work in your eyes? Do you even know how many outsourcing companies we have in our company? At least 10 companies in each group, and there are dozens of such business rooms. At least 500 or over 1,000. Are you planning to manage all those companies by yourself? Are you planning to handle such a massive workload? Shouldn't you be happy? Dun Hyun questioned, Is there something you can't show others? Could it be that you're closely cooperating with the outsourcing company to manipulate prices? Another person stepped up and shouted, Hey you jerk, what nonsense are you spouting here? This person is Assistant Kim. He said to his staff, You can't handle an intern? Step aside, let me talk. Hey, did you see us collaborating with an outsourcing company? Why are you making a fuss here without any evidence? Have you been watching too many movies? The company is growing, and even an intern dares to speak like this. Hey team leader Pak, how do you train your interns? Last week I heard you guys hit the chairman in the head. Are you planning to do it again now? Dun-hyun interrupted. So, you think this approach is a good idea? You're wasting my time. Fine, I'll go back. But we will submit a complaint about the outsourcing company. What, is this kid crazy? Hey, who do you think you are to receive data directly from the outsourcing company? Are you stupid? He swung his arm, trying to grab Dun Hyun, but he dodged it. That bastard, just do it, complain all you want. Hey, Leader Lee. What? Let go of me. What are you doing with my team member? The team leader Lee wasn't backing down either. All right, so what you mean is, you'll protect your employees first instead of your colleagues, right? Hey, did my intern say something wrong? I think it makes sense. You did it because you feel guilty, right? And one more thing, do you know which group's people you're messing with? Manager Lee shook his hand off. We've had enough. And since what the intern said seems correct, from now on, we will receive inventory data directly from the contractor. Let's go, Hwang Dun-hyun. Leader, what should we do? I don't know either. Let's report this first. Scene transitions to the company rooftop. The department head, Pak, was scared. Damn it, what should I do now? How do I report this to the director? Dun-hyun was surprised. What's going on? Where's the determination you had earlier? Team leader, you looked really cool just now. Hearing that, he calmed down, then yanked Dun-hyun's shoulder. Hey, you little brat, it's all your fault. What do you believe in to act like this? Dun-hyun thought to himself, believe in what? Of course, on his internal network system, which can access everything in the company every day. He had checked it before going to work. When checking the company's financial status, he noticed where the money was leaking out. Dun-hyun, with determined eyes, advised Manager Pak, Why are you hesitating? You should seize the opportunity right in front of you. Team leader, listen up. If it weren't for today's incident, the resource department would always have to follow the sales department. Of course, your promotion path would also be delayed. But now the opportunity has come earlier. Isn't that a good thing? Promotion? What are you talking about? Dun-hyun was disappointed, can't you grasp it? Team leader, listen carefully. Even now, the The sales department is handling more tasks, so the scope of work is broader. Managing sales resources, that's why they are always stronger than the resource department. But what if we get the work from the sales department? We would have more roles in the company and more employees. In a department with many employees and a lot of work, wouldn't your chances for promotion increase? Do you understand? Hey, but what if everything goes wrong? What will we do then? I guarantee, this time the sales department won't win. Then the CEO called and asked Team Leader Park, "Are you planning to compete with the sales department?" "Yes, I will directly work with the outsourcing companies that the sales department is managing. Honestly, it's not that difficult. I think the director understands. But does he know how difficult it is to compile and hand over inventory data? I'm sure there are companies inflating prices or cutting shipping costs. So what? You think you can win? We are an industrial company, and the core of an industrial company is the sales department. Even if what you say is true, we still can't win." The intern said I could answer like this. "You should say this. Sales department control only occurs for a limited time. But when growth reaches its limit, management becomes more important. Choi Sung's company's sales department has not grown beyond 5,000 billion won for many years. Isn't it time to tighten control over the leaking funds? If we reform the sales department with this opportunity, our department's position could change. Managing outsourced sales resources and managing outsourced justification resources have no flaws. There's no reason the sales department would refuse when we propose to improve work efficiency and reduce their workload. And since Chairman Choi is very honest, he will stand with us." The executive director also felt there were no incorrect statements at all. But if this doesn't work out, it could reach the chairman or his son. Can you handle it? Of course, that's the risk involved. When an application is submitted under my name, it turns into a battle between me, the head of the resources department, and the CEO, the head of the business department. You know that, right? The CEO is part of the faction of that second son. If we get involved in this, it won't just stop at an internal conflict within the company. It could even affect the corporation's power structure. So there's a chance someone from the chairman's faction might also step in. "Hey, team leader Pak, isn't this what you thought?" The head of department Bak had to admit, "That's actually an intern?" The CEO, hearing this, crumpled the department head's form in his hand. Then she crumpled it up and threw it in his face. "Hey jerk, are you messing with me? You caused this trouble just because you listened to someone like that? I told you to supervise him, not to act crazy with him. I'm sorry, but after hearing him speak, I think it makes sense. Hey, are you serious?" Hearing that, the director let out a sigh. "These things aren't entirely wrong. This is a battle I can win, as long as the chairman isn't tired of the corruption in the sales department." He called the department head again. "If I agree, are you confident you can do it?" Head of department Park confidently takes charge as long as the director agrees. "So? Then try it. Send all the documents under my name to everyone from the heads of the sales department to the department managers." At the sales office, their team leader ordered everyone, "Don't even think about going home today. The human resources department wants to test our patience. Assistant Director Kim, did you call them?" "Yes, they said they will never cooperate again. This is a request from the CEO. Do it carefully. If this doesn't get done, our department is as good as finished. Since we attacked the resource unit first, let's show them what we've got." Returning to the head of the department, Pa, he ordered a cup of coffee. As he walked, he thought, maybe the sales team is having a tough time right now? Feels nice. Maybe I should start the day with a cup of coffee in hand. He cheerfully greeted those around him. Then I thought about asking the sales team for help and said, "I'm sorry, team leader Pak. We were wrong. Please forgive us. The name's from the sales department. We know you're working with the outsourcing company. How much have you pocketed? Let's see if I should accept that data, even if you come clinging to me with snot on your face." Just then he got a phone call. "Who called the assistant director? Didn't I say I'd be back soon? Is something urgent happening?" "Hello, manager, where are you?" "I'm on my way back. We have a big problem. Get back here right away." At the resource room, head of department, Pak turned around and asked what was going on. "The software outsourcing company is making unreasonable demands and doesn't want to hand over the data to us." Head of department Pak wondered why. "Sir, please, we beg you to reconsider. Why are you saying it can't be completed today or tomorrow? You mentioned you were participating in the Unity contest? No, you must deliver it to us by tomorrow, not next month. Not just one company, but most of them are like that. Why did this suddenly happen?" "Hold on, Assistant Director, I'll take it." "Hello, this is Choi Sung's Resource Management Team 2. Sorry, but we can't send out the inventory status to everyone today. This isn't the first time you've done an inventory check. What the heck are you talking about?" "No idea. The person in charge of that is on sick leave. I'm hanging up now." "Damn it. What the heck is going on? Dun Hyun went to call the manager. Are you here already? Hey, why are you wandering around like that? The office is in chaos. I came to grab coffee and check the vibe in the sales department. Just as you thought, it seems that the boss of the software outsourcing company was advised not to cooperate with the resource management department. You say that to your superior? That's why we look like fools now. The inventory check deadline is tomorrow, but the software outsourcing company is making up a bunch of excuses to avoid delivering the data. You should have anticipated this, team leader. Do you really think the outsourcing company will obey and follow our instructions? Huh? What are you talking about? We declared war on the sales department yesterday, and the sales department is working with the software outsourcing company. Even if they offer discounts or manipulate the ledger, once the sales department gets their share, how could they not share with the outsourcing company? So, if they hand over the data to us, wouldn't that expose their corruption? There's no way they'd do that, right? Huh? So you're saying it was impossible from the start? Then what should I do now? If they don't hand over the data, we'll just force them to give it up. Isn't it time for us to go in and count the number of products? Even if it means doing a manual inventory check. That's right, this is about exposing the corruption of the other side, so there's no way they can just sit back and do nothing. We are in a war. The problem cannot be resolved smoothly just by sitting in an office and making a few phone calls. Everyone, put your phones down and get to work. Starting now, we will conduct a manual inventory check of the company's warehouse. Yes. Create a list of the nearest outsourcing companies from here. If we take one of them as an example, we will find out where other companies are relying on. Contact Group 1 and Group 3. The Resource Management Department is launching the campaign. Is everyone ready? Let me say this first. No one's leaving early today. Hwang Dun-hyun, where's the nearest processing company? There are about 3 companies gathered in the Guro area. All right, let's start with Guro. We're going in no matter if they refuse, got it? Members of the sales team believe they've won this battle, but it's not over yet. So the first group headed to Gangdong District for inspection. Group 3 checks at Seocho. At Group 2, the leader spoke up. Listen up, everyone. The items in this warehouse will definitely not match what's on the paperwork. Remember, we're not here to check if it matches. We're checking how different the numbers are and by how much. Now let's get to work. You didn't think we'd check it out ourselves, did you? The team leader received a call from the sales manager. He thought to himself, so this is what it's like to be in this situation? But it was too late. The manager turned off the phone and didn't listen. The teams are still working hard. Team leader, we're missing 20 out of 450 boxes of golf balls, Dong-suk reported. The department head ordered to record it quickly. The golf bag does not match what is on paper. The team leader, the actual items of the golf club are missing. Another person reported it. Rewrite everything, check the other items as well. Keep searching, and things will become clear. Yes, after this incident, if we report it to the CEO. Dun Hyun thought to himself, Team Leader Pak, if you tried hard, wouldn't you be just as skilled? If you just gave it a shot, the results would not disappoint you. Yes, Executive Director, I was about to call you. Team Leader Pak, that's enough, hurry back, huh? But everything is going well. Executive Director, we only randomly check some warehouses, but there are many items that don't match the paperwork. The scope of the corruption is larger than we think. If we continue, the sales department will... All right, that's enough. Go back quickly. Dun-hyun was surprised. He knew we could win, so why did he suddenly call us back? Everyone, the executive director wants us to withdraw. I will return to the office and report to the executive director. You can go home and rest now. The department head has given the order. Thank you for this dedication. Tomorrow we'll celebrate. What's causing this unease? Dun-hyun wonders. Over here, the department head raised a question. CEO, you shouldn't stop here. There's clear evidence that those guys from the sales department colluded with the outsourcing company to manipulate the ledger and embezzle a large amount of money. We have conducted interviews with a few company managers. This is an opportunity for us to completely eliminate the sales department and the software development company. The director said sternly, Team Leader Park, didn't I tell you to stop? The CEO just called me. As you said, this is the right time to completely eliminate the sales department and the software outsourcing company. But what about our company? The CEO just told me what will happen to us if we do that. Does that mean you and the CEO just sit back and enjoy while I'm on the battlefield? The CEO decided to transfer the management of the company's software development warehouse to the resource management department. Now that the corruption has been exposed, are we really going to leave it like this? Team Leader Park. Let's work together harmoniously. We will still have to see each other in the future, so there's no need to pursue this matter to the end, right? Let's stop this here and focus on the work. They offered more benefits and hired more staff in exchange for my silence. But the CEO, what did they give you in return for your silence? The head of department left disappointed. When they arrived, Dun Hyun asked, "Is it still there, team leader? What's going on? Haven't you come back yet? I'm curious to see how it is." Hearing that, the department head sighed deeply with dissatisfaction. "I don't know anymore. Let the higher-ups handle the issue. I made a big fuss, but the result was really bland. Sorry about that. Hurry back. No one here appreciates an intern working overtime." Did the CEO bow to Director Song in a battle he knew he could win? Could there be something more to it? The team leader really tried this time. He must be so disappointed. Dun Hyun reached out and placed his hand on the leader's shoulder. At this moment, the superior should have been soothing him with sweet words. "Do you want me to get you a drink? Let's go, my treat. All right, stop touching me. I feel uncomfortable when a man touches me." Cut to a fancy restaurant. One person spoke up. "Why do you suddenly want to meet me? Don't play dumb, Dong-hun. I know that you bought shares of the company through your wife's family. How long do you plan to keep doing this? Who started first? Wasn't it last year when you borrowed money from your wife to buy shares in the company and got scolded by your father? Do you think I don't have a wife? Remember, you were the one who started it first. Who are you trying to teach? Disgusting? You should stop now. But are you really planning to give all your assets to your wife's family like that? Your wife isn't a fool. If they give you money, they'll demand double in return. Since then, I haven't borrowed anything from my in-laws. Isn't it time we stopped attracting outsiders? And maybe we should start thinking about how to pay taxes. This inheritance issue is quite sudden, Dong-hun. We won't be able to avoid taxes. After taxes are deducted, the remaining shares will barely help us retain management positions. Do we need to fight in this situation? Dong-hun, we need to work together now to keep Choi Sung in check. Dad resigned suddenly without any preparation. This is a tragedy that has shifted Choi Sung's perspective. I hope you can trust me and help your Hyung this time. I will make sure to protect Choi Sung and our father's assets. The eldest brother Dong Sung raised his glass. After all the talk about taking responsibility, is this it? You see what's happening. Why are you the one in charge? I believe I am a more suitable candidate. I'm quite worried about handing over management to someone who counts chickens before they hatch. And I don't think we should give the president position to someone like that. Fortunately, you're not the only candidate. Like you, I am also someone's child. Just wait and see. I will show you that I am better than you. Cut to a Korean barbecue restaurant. Dun Hyun and the department head are toasting. Two people drop all their work to enjoy a drink together. The manager sighed. Dun Hyun spoke up. I've treated you this time, so I hope you can answer me. What happened this time? The manager began to speak. The CEO is not someone who easily changes his mind. He thinks he was ordered by someone. As an executive, he has to take 2 orders. Who could possibly order him around? Could it be Chairman Kang? Dun Hyun, is that how you talk about your boss? You're being disrespectful again. Maybe it's not because of the president. He doesn't think this has anything to do with him. He is thinking about Director Kwon Song. Director Song, why him? Do you know what kind of person Director Song is? The executive director is the person with power just below the chairman in the Choi Sung Corporation. It is rumored that he will be the next in line for the chairman position, nominated by the chairman's second son. There is also another rumor that the second son of the chairman is someone even the boss cannot touch. Could that name be Dong-hun? Dun Hee-un thought about her second son's name. I'm not sure what happened between the CEO and the COO. This is quite easy to guess. I suspect that the CEO might have stepped back because they received something from Executive Director Song. Hey, my cup is empty. Oh, I forgot, sorry. You're still working hard to keep your full-time position because of the chairman's case, right? Yes, that's exactly it. Anyway, it's just an accident, don't worry too much. Hold on to it till the end, don't lose heart. I still want to see you in the office. Dun Hyun thought, maybe it's not so bad hearing these words. Sure, I won't give up, team leader. The spirit is high, so let's raise a glass to Hwang Dun Hyun. The next morning, the alarm clock rang. It was already 7 a.m. Oh God, my head. Dun Hyun feels sore. It's been a while since I felt like this and drank so much, hasn't it? The bed is so uncomfortable. Oh, my shoulders are killing me. I'm also pretty tired from walking to catch a taxi every day. So, things are pretty much settled now. Should I move out? I should probably get another car too. Scene transitions to Choi Sung Corporation. Dun Hyun went to greet Assistant Cho. Dun Hyun, what are you doing here? Dun Hyun wondered. If I'm not here, where else would I be? Today is the day the interns have to gather for the final presentation briefing. Did you forget? Really, you should come to the conference room quickly. Dun Hyun sighed. I'm used to Lee Sang-dae reminding me about the schedule since I was the chairman. Now, I'm not used to remembering everything on my own. Dun Hyun. Sorry for being late. The person in charge reminded him to hurry up and find a seat. Now that everyone has gathered, I will explain the final development process for the trainees. The trainees will be paired up to give presentations. Hey, is that him? Who? The intern put the chairman in a coma. Is it really him? I didn't recognize him. Is he still working at this corporation? There's no way he will be hired for a full-time position. Why hasn't he been fired yet? The topic of the presentation will be Development Directions for Choisung Group's Trading Business. The topic includes the history and development of Choisung from the past to the present, an analysis of the global trading market, growth-driving factors, and the company's successful strategies. The list of groups will be announced. Get prepared and see you at the presentation. Dun Hyun took a look around and assessed the situation. They already knew each other? The atmosphere in the room was quite pleasant. But where is my partner? Ha-un, where are you? There he is, but why is he talking to someone else? Dun Hyun went to ask Ha-un, you are my partner. What are you doing over there? Oh, are you Hong Dun Hyun? You didn't know they've already switched your partner? You're not my associate anymore. What are you talking about? Sorry, Mr. Dun Hyun, the person in charge spoke up. I'm really sorry, but your colleague has changed. Since Hwang Junhoon has caught the entire corporation's eye, I think your colleague must be under a lot of pressure. So the pairing has been changed. I hope you understand. So I have to prepare the presentation by myself? Anyway, Dun Hyun prefers working alone. Haha, no way. Excuse me, Miss Ha Udong. A shy-looking girl walked up. This is Ha Udong, who will be preparing the presentation with Hwang Dun Hyun. She is a professional in the field, so she will be helpful to you in many ways. So let's do our best to work together. What's going on? Is changing the list really that easy? Then the two people turned to look at each other. Hundian said, anyway, now we are partners. She seems to be an introvert. I've never worked with someone like that before. Hundian reached out for a handshake. Udong suddenly gathered all his courage and shouted, please don't cause any more trouble. Let's work seriously. Hundian felt like turning to stone after hearing it. Everyone around burst into laughter. Look, they've already got a rift between them. She's right, isn't she? That group is done for, huh? I feel sorry for her. It's really unlucky. Hundian was surprised. What? Does she think of me as a walking bomb? This is a bit hard to explain, huh? He just gave a cold smile. I will really become a bomb. This chairman will show you some manners. Just wait and see. I have to get back to work at 1, so let's eat quickly. Hundian invited her to lunch and Udong was thrilled. Oh my, sashimi for lunch? Mr. Huang seems like quite the wealthy person. Is this what you call fancy? What did he just say? Oh well. Wait a moment. Your job is to focus on eating, so why are you pulling out your phone to take pictures? Of course, I should take a photo of a delicious meal before enjoying it. Don't you think so? How many people here are as into living in the moment as our Udong? After finishing the meal, Udong felt it was truly a wonderful meal. Why did you choose to pair up with me, while the other trainees are all trying to avoid me? Hearing this, Udong also felt uneasy. To be honest, I understand why everyone is reluctant to team up with Hwang Hundiun after his incident with the chairman. Everyone wants to secure a full-time position. I'm not an exception either. I want to be a full-time employee here, so instead of wasting time complaining and looking for someone else like most people, I'd rather work hard and seriously with Hwang Hundiun. You can't always get what you wish for, right? You'd better try not to cause any trouble this time. If not, I'll curse you to death. How old are you, Udong? I'm 24 years old. What's your education background? I graduated from Hanguk University with a degree in business administration. Dun Hyun was surprised when she graduated in business administration from Hanguk University. She was definitely a specialist. Moreover, doesn't she look a bit young to have such a mindset? Miss Haudong, don't worry about getting eliminated. I'm sure I'll help us get selected. What did you just say? You don't need to worry about me. I had an accident with the chairman and I wasn't fired. Don't you think it's because I managed to do something? I bet you'll definitely get the full-time position. So I hope Udong will follow my advice. Meet me after work to prepare for the presentation. Now hurry up before lunch break is over. She just earned recognition from the chairman. Hundian confidently declared. Hearing that, Udong just froze, not understanding what was going on. I can't believe I'm hearing these words from an intern. I already have a partner. Now let's get ready for the time bomb. Hundian thought to himself. At Starbucks Coffee? No, don't put everything on one page like that. Separate them. Increase the size so the page doesn't look so empty. The working atmosphere here is very urgent. Make the font bold and enlarge it. We need to create a strong message like this? Oh, you did it right. Hyundiun is guiding Udong. But if we do it this way, The page will only have the logo and no content at all. How are we going to present it? You don't need to worry too much, just leave that to me. But still, you should at least tell me what these things are for. If you know too much, you'll get caught up in those bad things. Alright, next is, Hun Di-eun is enduring the torture while Udong is scared. Am I sure to fail? Scene transitions to Choi Sung Corporation. Now we are about to start the presentation, so all interns please take your seats. Everyone is very worried, only Hun Di-eun remains calm as if nothing happened. A few other interns are making fun of Hun Di-eun and Udong. Those two created quite a commotion on the first day, but now it seems they've handled things well. Yes, I wonder what they've prepared. Anyway, they'll probably fail, so maybe they're just half-heartedly doing it. The chairman has arrived. He entered with a very serious expression. He is the current chairman of Choi Sung Group, Choi Di-hun. Mr. Chairman, this way please. What's going on? Chairman Kang will be here? Good. Anyway, the bomb I prepared is not something everyone will notice. Alright, now we'll begin the final presentation. Group 1, please step up and get ready. Hello everyone, we are Group 1. Now we will begin our presentation. What I bring to people is reducing costs by upgrading the logistics system through leveraging the logistics system with big data. Group 2 presented on a different issue. As you can see, this is the market for supplying oil and raw chemical materials in Vietnam. If we seize this opportunity first, then Choi Sung, the leading conglomerate in South Korea, will establish a strong foothold in the Vietnamese market. Dun Hyun sighed. Oh God, it's like all the future chairmen of the Choi Sung Group are here, huh? If everything they say comes true, the Choi Sung Group might reach Mars soon. Now Group 5 please come forward to get ready. The chairman is disappointed. Not many useful people this year. Who's next? He was surprised to see the name Dun Hyun. Hey, Director of Administration, what's this mark? Chairman, sir. Mr. President, 10 ran into Chairman Kang. Director Lee told me to get rid of him from the company, but in a legitimate way. So that's him, huh? Two people, Dun Hyun, confidently stepped forward. Dun Hyun started turning on the microphone. We will now begin the presentation by Group 5. He turned back and signaled to Wudong. She nodded, signaling she was ready. Dunhyun mentioned 3 names, Judunet Guok, Kaigolobo, and Samhoa Seop. People are buzzing with curiosity. What are these companies? I'm not sure either. This is the first time I've heard these names. Are they companies with promising futures? Dun Hyun continued. If we stop partnering with these companies, the value of Choi Sung Group on the market is expected to rise by about 7%. The annual revenue is around 10 billion won. In figures, that amounts to approximately 10 billion won per year. Hearing this, the leaders were startled. Group 5 has completed the presentation, that's all. Dun Hyun spoke very briefly. The current chairman's face fell upon hearing that. Group 5 has finished the presentation? Yes, we're done. So, we'll move on to the next presentation group. What? That's it? Udong was shocked. The chairman slammed the table and said, Hold on a minute. Then he ordered, Director of Administration Song, Executive Director Kim, please come to my office for a moment. We will continue in another session. What's happening? Why did the chairman leave so suddenly? What are those companies? Does it have anything to do with that strange name? Dun Hyun recalled when the chairman's wife came to find him and questioned, If others can use their money, why can't you? It was so frustrating. Can't I even manage such a simple thing? You know what? Now please stop bothering me. Under pressure from his wife, companies created from slush funds were established. I'm not sure what to do with them yet, but it seems I might be able to take advantage of this opportunity. Are you embarrassed to hear the names of those companies coming from an intern's mouth, Chairman Choi? If you want to avoid a major scandal, you'd better hire me. Dun Hyun turned to look at Udon. He winked and gave her a thumbs up, meaning she had done very well. Mom, I'm sorry. I think I missed it. Udong is in shock. On the other side, the chairman was angrily asking the two directors, Do both of you hate me? You're uncomfortable with me being appointed chairman, aren't you? Of course not, chairman. What are you talking about? So how could the intern blurt out the names of those companies? Now that both of them are directors, surely they must know those companies, right? These companies, even if they don't exist, won't hinder us. They insert themselves between manufacturing plants and industrial firms, creating barriers and siphoning off money from intermediary profits. The intermediary profits obtained this way become slush funds for the chairman's family. Executive Director Kim, I heard that the intern's name is from your headquarters, so he is under your management, correct? That's right. What are you going to do if that jerk reports this to the Fair Trade Commission? You know the ones who will be held accountable won't be Chairman Kang's family but us, right? I know. First, we will choose to call the intern's name to find out where he got this information from. Is calling the trainee's name enough to meet the requirements? Then what should we do? Do you think the other employees don't know what an intern knows? What if that intern actually heard it from a blabbermouth and leaked it to others already? Hearing that, the director was terrified. My vision is so shallow. I will check if any information has been spread and get back right away. Mr. Chairman, the good news is that it seems the information hasn't been leaked to anyone. So now we just need to make sure those two don't say a word. Hwang Dun-hee and the girl from his group too, keep a close watch on them. Conduct a thorough investigation of the young man Dun-hyun. We will decide what to do after we have enough information. The next morning, Dun-hyun arrived at the company surprised. What's going on? Why isn't anyone here yet? I didn't come that early today, did I? What is that? I wonder if these are the things on my desk. Who let them in here? This looks like something a fired employee would arrange. Dun-hyun was worried. No way, Chairman Choi wouldn't do that. If he fires an intern who knows about the scandal, he should know there will be consequences. So where are the others in the office? Team leader Pak, the assistant director, where are they all? Huh? You're Hwang Dun-hyun? Aren't you going with everyone? The CEO has taken everyone from Group 2 of the Department of Resource Management to a seminar on Mount Chiri. Dun-hyun was surprised. They went without me? What is this? What the hell is happening? Someone came over and called Dun-hyun. Please follow us. What's going on now? Who are you? But they don't want to waste time with Dun-hyun. Wait, where are you taking me? Don't tell me they plan to kill to keep things quiet. I didn't expect you to be taken to the chairman's office. The man in the purple suit spoke up. Intern Hwang Dun-hyun, before I let you in, there's something I need to say. I do not accept you. Of course, what you said during the presentation was impressive, but I don't think it's worth making a big fuss over. And as the chairman requested, I brought you here. He is the one who dragged me here without any explanation, and now he's talking nonsense. Even if it's just a coincidence that brought you here, or because you truly have that ability, although it's unclear, I'll keep an eye on you from now on. What the heck is this? Is this the way young employees talk these days? Chairman Intern Dun-hyun has arrived. Dun-hyun confidently stepped in. I am an intern, Hwang Dun-hyun. Pulling me here without any notice, isn't that a bit rude? The director interrupted. I think you're the one being rude. Greet the chairman and sit over there. Dun-hyun realized, it seems they didn't bring me here just to chat. Chairman Choi spoke up. I really liked your presentation. After checking the companies you mentioned, the issue is indeed very serious. How did you know that? Dun-hyun predicted this. They brought me here because they were curious about how I knew about that. Of course I know because it's my company, but I can't say that. I need to give a good reason. Dun-hyun spoke up. Did we not receive inventory data from external company sources to check the warehouse before? The warehouse? Oh, you mean the brawl between the resource management department and the sales department back then? Yes, there was one company among the external partners at that time that didn't have a warehouse, so it caught my attention. Isn't it strange that our enterprise, primarily in the business of trading goods, works with external companies that have no inventory at all? Moreover, those companies don't even participate in production. The chairman asked again, is that so? When I investigated the products handled by those companies, I found that they were all products from our subsidiaries. Why is there a middleman involved when we buy products from our subsidiaries? Not to mention, the volume of transactions is quite significant. Based on just that, can this kid make so many inferences? Chairman Choi heard this and fell into deep thought. Do you know what those companies are? Dun-hyun thought to himself, that's a company specifically established to create a slush fund. That's why he's scared and brought me here immediately. But outwardly, Dun-hyun said something different. This doesn't seem to be that important. If we cut out those companies and deal directly with the subsidiaries, profits could reach tens of billions. Is that everything you said during the presentation? Is there anything else? But this kid, saying something like that is not really appropriate, especially when the chairman and many others were present. If you had given a heads up, I could have done something. Is that correct, Mr. Chutich? President Choi just smiled upon hearing that. Dun-hyun wondered, what will Chairman Choi do? Doesn't he think it's time to hire me? As expected, he laughed loudly. Ha ha. I didn't know the Choi Sung Group had such talent. You must have a strong intuition to come to such a conclusion with such limited data. Anyway, I understand everything now. I will ask Resource Management Team 2 to leave a position open. You can go. I've heard everything I want to hear, so you'd better stay quiet until a decision is made, right? Chairman Choi, I hope you will make the right decision. If you push me aside, I might cause an even bigger problem. Then, Hundiun greeted them before returning to work. Chairman, after this incident, the company's security management has improved. We will ensure that only vice presidents and above have access. And about Hwang Dun-hee-un, since he knows too much, why not put him under my supervision? That intern is quite talented. It would be a shame to let him go. No, instead. Hey, Director Wu, what did you call for, Chairman? Has the Secretary's office been busy lately? You don't mind if there are new employees, do you? The Director Ao hasn't figured out what's going on yet. Oh yes, they can come in any time. Really? Hwang Dun-hee-un, that kid, send him there immediately. I'd rather keep him under my command so I can act right away if I notice any unusual behavior or mistakes. Cut to the hospital. The chairman's wife came to visit and she was dissatisfied. Can you still sleep comfortably without a care in the world? You have no idea how many people are suffering because you're just lying there. You really are such a selfish person. Instead of keeping him here like this... Just at that moment, someone walked in. Chu Teach, I'm here. That person is Lee Sang-jae. His presence made the wife stop her earlier action. Did CEO Lee come today too? Hello, madam. He's still the same, always coming here every day. I just do what I have to do. Madam, why did you come here so early? Why? I came to see how my husband is doing. Did the doctor say anything? Today, nothing has changed yet. I mean, we still don't know when Chairman Kang will wake up. How much money have we invested in this hospital? When we need them, they are useless, just a bunch of incompetence. Should we transfer CEO Lee to another hospital? By the way, we should also cut back on investments here, especially since there hasn't been any progress for nearly a month. This isn't the only hospital either. Director Lee spoke up. This hospital has the best medical team in the country. If they can't do anything, other hospitals probably won't be able to either. What matters more is that the chairman's health condition does not leak outside. Because this hospital is under our Choi Sung Corporation, I can't say for sure if other hospitals can maintain the same level of security as ours. So then, the administrative director. You mean we do nothing and just sit and wait? What does the lady mean? It's truly unfortunate that my husband ended up like this, but the corporation needs to move forward. If the chairman stays in this condition, nothing will get resolved, right? Have you ever thought about getting over it? That's what I'm asking. I spend more time with Chairman Kang at Choi Sung than I do at home with my family. Choi Seong, that's why I can't imagine it. What will happen to Choi Sung Corporation without Chairman Kang? If he passes away, I will resign and leave Choi Sung Corporation. So my not leaving Choi Sung means I still have faith in the chairman. Chairman Kang is still alive. I'm not sure what the lady means, but if anyone intends to harm Chairman Kang, I will be ready to stop them, no matter who they are. I would be very grateful if the First Lady could pay attention to this matter. Now I'm wondering, who is his wife? I don't mean anything bad. I'm just jealous of my husband. He has subordinates who take such good care of him. I'll head out first. Remember to stay healthy. I need someone to take care of him. Yes, madam. After she left, Lee Sang-jae thought to himself, the hand of my wife that I saw when I came in. I hope it was just a misunderstanding. On this side, the lady is very angry. Lee Sang-dae, what did you just say? No matter who it is, you'll stop them? Our dog doesn't want to serve a new owner, right? Dun-hyun returned to the office, but no one had arrived yet. It seems that because of me, the boss moved the entire team to a different location. Maybe that's for the best. Shouldn't I start planning for the future? You have a call from team leader Pak. Dun-hyun picked up the phone. Dun-hyun, has the meeting with the CEO ended? Dun-hyun replied, yes, it has. Do you see the card on my desk? Call a taxi and get here quickly. I'll send you the address. The CEO decided to reward us with a mountain climbing trip. We went ahead because we didn't know when your meeting would end. Team leader Pak, you still care about your employees like that. Yes, I'll be right there. Transition to Mount Cheery. Hundian joined the climbing expedition and kept asking the team leader, where did you get this climbing gear from? It's a new brand currently negotiating import. We're not just here to have fun. Why is everyone moving so slowly? Hurry up. You're young and healthy, but your stamina is so weak. Dun-hyun spoke with the voice of the chairman, leaving everyone confused about what kind of kid this is. After climbing the mountain, everyone took a photo together. After the exhaustion of climbing the mountain, this is the moment they've been eagerly anticipating. They cooked Korean-style ginseng pigeon soup together. After that, everyone went out to sing together. Dong-suk, the host, it's time for us to hear the voice of the new member of the group, Dun-hyun. Everyone also asked Dun-hyun to come up and sing. Dun-hyun thought, the pressure is huge. If they do this, I can't refuse. No other way. Since I've received positive feedback from President Choi Sung, should I sing my favorite song? Dun-hyun chose the song My Beloved Homeland that I always yearn for. He immersed himself in the song, Hwaehyung will always be my roots while I'm still out there playing with my friends. Hearing Dun-hyun's voice, everyone was disappointed. Is he really in his 20s? Seriously, the next day, while traveling in the car, Dun Hyun received a message from the HR department. They announced that he was hired. He turned to call the team leader, who was still half asleep. I've become a full-time employee of Choi Sung. The team leader was surprised. You passed the final selection round? Everyone on the bus then congratulated Dun Hyun. At Choi Sung Corporation, Dun Hyun came to greet everyone. These are your new colleagues. In it, there is also the girl Udong. She walked over and took Dun Hyun's hand. Thank you. I don't know how you did it, but thanks to you I got in. See? I told you that you'd make it. Hey, I told you. He's got someone backing him. Yeah, their presentation was just average. Even if you say it's normal, that presentation has already revealed one of the secrets of the Choi Sung Corporation. That's right. When it comes to backing, I definitely have the support of a chairman from Choi Sung Corporation. Everyone is here, right? Congratulations on becoming full-time employees of the Choi Sung Group. First, please collect everyone's employee ID cards. Where will I be placed? Is this the office of Choi Sung Corporation? I became the assistant to Chairman Choi. Dun Hyun was very surprised. This year we have 3 more sales staff and 1 in logistics. Interestingly, there is also a new addition to the chairman's secretarial office. The new employee got into the secretary's office again. What an abuse of power. Don't look at me like that. I didn't expect to work in the secretary's office either. Come on, rookie, let's get to work. You will go to your respective departments, introduce yourselves, and start working. Good luck. These new people seem a bit nervous. Only Dun Hyun remained calm. Although becoming the chairman's secretary wasn't her plan, getting into the secretary's office right after becoming a full-time employee was an unexpected move. Thanks to that, it became easier to meet Lee Sung-jae. The manager took Dun Hyun to his workplace. He said with a very serious tone, I don't know how long you can stay here, but you need to put in more effort while you're still an intern. The position of Chairman Choi Sung's secretary is not easy. Yes, I will do my best. A person came in and asked, Is the chairman here? CEO, is there something you need? Looking at the person in front of him made Dun Hyun extremely surprised. That is the person Dun Hyun wants to meet the most, CEO Lee Sang-dae. CEO Lee, how long has it been? Dun Hyun rushed over and grabbed his shoulders. I missed you so much, Executive Director Lee. He doesn't understand what Dun Hyun is trying to do. Dun Hyun was startled at this moment. Lee Sang-jae still didn't know who he was. Director Lee looked at Dun Hyun, seeming somewhat familiar. The manager from Europe saw this and stepped in to stop it. Sorry, Mr. Executive Director. He is new and inexperienced, so he made a mistake and was rude to you. Do you have any complaints? Manager Ao always knows how to use words that make people uncomfortable. If it's my fault, I'll fix it. Next time, remember to train the new person carefully. Is the chairman in? Hello, Director Lee. You arrived earlier than I expected. I heard something that made me unable to sit still. How many people have you placed around me? I am quite disappointed that you don't trust me. I will speak frankly. I heard you're hiring more staff. May I know why? A new employee, still an intern, had an accident with the chairman. Do you find it strange? When I put the attacker right next to me, I heard that he mentioned the boss's company's name. An intern publicly revealed information that only the higher-ups knew. While the chairman of the board's fall caused a commotion throughout the entire corporation, Chairman Choi covered up for that employee. So you mean I was the one who ordered him? I know it's hard not to suspect that someone is behind everything. When I asked how he found out, he said he saw it while checking the inventory in the company's system. Can you believe it? But how else can I deal with him? Firing someone? Do you think anyone will notice the news about the company firing an intern for exposing its corruption? It's even more shocking than the news about the trainee bumping into the chairman's head. We should really hire him, send him somewhere, and just leave him there. I came here in a fit of impulse and suspicion. I'm sorry, sir. You met him before coming here, right? Don't tell me he's the training manager. Yeah, that new guy. How about this? Show him the company's canceled project documents and ask him to review them. Correct. Since the internal data that was created has been deleted, no one knows about it yet. This will be a perfect test. If he really has the ability to detect corruption by checking inventory data, wouldn't he also find out the reason why the project was canceled? If he can't demonstrate his abilities at this level, then we need to investigate where the company's information was leaked. Doing this to verify whether he's truly talented or just a suspect. I like this idea. No wonder CEO Lee, the brain behind the chairman, came up with it. Then the documents were sent to Dun Hyun. Oh, the manager said, this is the project document. Take a look. He adjusted his glasses and continued. This is the preliminary report of the sales department's project. We need to assess its feasibility. This task should be a piece of cake for a bold newcomer like you, right? Dun Hyun left a little after 6 p.m. The European manager seems unhappy, Huang. The first thing you said after 6 hours of silence was asking to leave early? It's hard to believe. Dun-hyun thought to himself, my main job initially was to review the proposals and reports submitted by other departments, and now hearing Dun-hyun say that made the manager angry. Employee Dun-hyun, please explain the reason. Then Dun-hyun told everything to the manager. Manager Ao asked again, why were those documents discarded? Do you want to explain now? If not convincing enough, I will keep you in the office until you forget the word off work. Dun-hyun feels this is ridiculous. All right. On the other hand, I also want to receive a few things. Dun-hyun set the terms. If my answer convinces the manager, then from now on, I can leave work whenever I want. Deal? Want to make a deal in a situation like this? We're not intimidated. Fine, but that doesn't change the fact that you'll be stuck in the secretary's office forever. All right, let me tell you why it's not worth keeping. First, regarding the textile business, it lacks too much data. Since we're not confident in ourselves, we can only list similar items that have succeeded. This is a complacent plan, where we assume success just because others have succeeded. Secondly, steel. Everything is very positive. The buyers we need to approach are also positive, and the companies from which we need to source goods are responding very positively. How can I proceed when I don't know the verbal agreements without contracts and decisions made unconditionally are beneficial? Even if we have a contract, things like this still tend to drag us down. In the end, this is a deal that will result in wasted time and resources if it's carried out with a contract that has an almost 0% deposit rate. And finally, chemicals. This is the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing? The manager asked back. It's about producing alternatives to Japanese products due to the South Korea-Japan trade dispute. Why broadcast that again? Choisung Chemicals, the leading company in our group, definitely should be broadcasted again. Additionally, this data seems to be from 2 years ago. If this plan were given to Choisung, it would be sufficient to establish a business in the chemical industry. No need to know about that. I can already say it's the most ridiculous thing of all. Is this guy really the new employee? Hearing such convincing analysis that even the manager was horrified, he asked who Dun-hyun was. He confidently replied, I am the new employee Hwang Dun-hyun. Hearing that, Manager Oh sighed. He didn't accidentally come to the secretary's office. Is he really such a great guy? So let me ask you one more question. Among all the companies, why did you choose Choisung? Why did I join the company? That's right, because he was my first love, Dun-hyun answered with a questioning tone. Hearing that, the manager was completely stunned. Dun-hyun proudly continued, no one in this building cares about this company more than I do. I'm confident that no one will do anything for the company. Manager. Oh listened intently to every word he said. Dun-hyun continued, so manager, stop doubting and think about how you can use me. Hey, are you serious about what you just said? Dun-hyun confirmed. I am completely serious. Then Dun-hyun patted Manager Ao on the shoulder. My first love is just like yours. Besides, see you later. The European manager angrily called Dun-hyun a conceited little brat. How dare you talk about your first love in front of me? You're like me, you've already started to love this company. The next day at the company, the manager Ao reminded Dun-hyun, in the morning, clean the chairman's office and the reception area. After that, you will plan and book the chairman's trip for next week. Just note that there will be a field trip to the department store in the afternoon. That's all. I thought Chairman Choi would criticize me, but hearing it firsthand made it even worse. By the way, Hwang Dun-hyun, do you only have that one outfit? From now on, you'll be working in the chairman's secretary office. This means you'll need to buy a nicer suit and keep your hair neatly trimmed. Moreover, button up your coat in front of your superior. If you are an employee in the chairman's office, this is basic. Do you understand, employee Dun-hyun? Yes, I understand. I will do it. Dun-hyun silently thought that the manager was indeed a nagger. Then in the office, Manager Ao handed Dun-hyun a payment card. Manager Ao proudly said, you will have a field trip to the department store this afternoon, so put on a nice outfit. Of course, tidy up your hair as well. It's a fine tradition of the Choisung Trading Company's secretary office to provide new employees with a suit like that. Dun-hyun was surprised. There's even a tradition like this? Youth forever at its peak. How much do I get? Dun-hyun asked again, but Manager Ao said, this is the collaboration card of a reputable secretary from Choisung Trading Company. Such trivial limitations do not exist. For reference, this department is worth 1 million won. I'm not bragging, just letting you know. Hearing that, Dun-hyun smiled gently. After that, Dun-hyun set out to buy himself a new outfit. Even if there were no limits on the company card, the outfit I once wore is something money couldn't buy. The location is an incredibly luxurious store. The shop owner asked Dun Hyun, "How did you get in here?" Dun Hyun was surprised when the first words were not a greeting. It meant that this was a store that accepted customers selectively. He said, "I came to check out a few outfits." A tailor shop doesn't even take orders unless they are recommended by celebrities from the political or entertainment world, or by current clients. Since I showed up at a place like this wearing a cheap suit from a cheap brand, I need to be careful. But in a place like this, I have to be more confident. I'm in quite a hurry, so I can't book in advance. I'm also someone worth being here, so I'll just cut the line. "Sir, this is a custom tailoring shop. The shop also takes requests from earlier customers. If you're in a hurry, please go to another store. I don't feel comfortable with clothes from other places. With this, I want to order 2 suits, 5 shirts, 1 jacket, and 2 pairs of shoes." After saying that, Dun Hyun handed over a gold bar. Seeing this, the shop owner was also surprised. He changed his attitude and invited Dun Hyun in. "We need to measure your body size and leg shape, so please follow this way. Is there something I can wear now? Please wait a moment. After we finish, we will find something for you to wear. Thank you. I want you to throw away the outfit I wore today." After changing into a different outfit, Chairman Kang had to admit, in the end, looking younger is a good thing. Even if it's the same luxury item, the fit is different. This is the meaning of the phrase "remove dirt and polish." Transition to Incheon. Everyone is vocally opposing the coal port. A luxury car is approaching. The person who arrived was Kang Dong-sung, the eldest son of Chairman Kang and Vice Chairman. He apologized to everyone for being late. "Just in time, Vice President Kang. Are you the Vice Mayor of Incheon? I am Kang Dong-sung, Vice President of Choisung Construction Site. Nice to meet you." "Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you." Then Dong-sung turned to the man next to him and said, "Chairman Choi Sang-hook has shown improvement since I met you at the previous business meeting. I only provided information about this project to the Deputy Mayor. This is where we will expand the coal port. We are adding 2 more docks of the same size as the current one. If Kongtrong Choi Sung decides, we can proceed immediately. This will make the port here more prosperous. But I have heard about the situation with Chairman Kang." Hearing that, Dong-sung replied, "Rumors have spread that far?" "That's right. It doesn't seem to be going well. I understand. You must be heartbroken. So this project was proposed by the chairman before he fell ill, right?" "No, this is a project I pursued on my own at the team level. My father was like that. I can't just stand by and watch. Until now, they often say I can't show the world my capabilities because I am just a shadow of my father. But you can't cover the sun with just your hand. I plan to visit you more often in the future instead of visiting my father, so please go easy on me." Transition to the Choisung Corporation. Manager Ao is looking for Chairman Cho. "This is the payment document. Please take a look. How do you find Dun Hyun? Is he adjusting well?" "Yes, his vision is broad, and his thinking is great. His personality can improve over time. Above all, he really likes this company." "Huh? Likes it? Well, in the end, there's no— So, Manager Ao, what do you want us to do with him?" "I was thinking of giving him a bit more training and developing his talent. Maybe that's why my heart raced like that for the first time in my life. Officer Hwang Dun-hyun is truly a talent that shouldn't be missed. All right, no need to rush. Luckily, you're not a spy." After finishing the report, Ao asked for permission to leave. As he walked, he thought, "Boss, there's something I don't dare to tell you. Employee Hwang Dun-hyun is not the type of person who will be under anyone's management. He will never be satisfied with the position of a secretary. No, he is not someone who is satisfied with being under someone else's command. He has great ambition. Sorry for hiding this, Chairman, but Hwang Dun-hyun is a key talent for Choisung's development. I have no choice but to prioritize my love for the company over my love for the boss." Back to the chairman, he is reviewing the documents that were delivered. He was surprised that even Kang Dong-sung had made a proposal for the Incheon Coal Export Port project. "The end of the plan still has my name on it." The chairman thought, "Are you trying to pressure me into making a quick decision? I can't oppose what the chairman's son wants to do." This made him extremely uncomfortable. The next morning, Dun-hyun arrived at the company and greeted the department head, Ao. He is wearing a new outfit and has styled his hair today, looking very handsome. "Hello, Secretary Hwang Dun-hyun. That neat outfit makes you look like a completely different person. The fabric is quite high-end and seems to fit your body perfectly, Hwang Dun-hyun. It's pretty elaborate yet simple and gives a classic feel. It looks like you got yourself a pretty good suit. How much do suits like this cost these days?" Dun-hyun replied, "A gold bar." The European manager, sipping coffee, nodded in approval. "That's reasonable. But then he thought again about the price of a gold bar and almost choked on his water. How much is a gold bar? Are you kidding me? You're paying that much for this set? I could spend a whole gold bar. You know I'm the one responsible for the cost of that suit, right? You won't be going anywhere until you tell me the exact price. Dun Hyun felt it was looking bad, but he responded, I didn't buy it with the company card. Just at that moment, the chairman walked over and asked, Both of you are full of energy so early in the morning, huh? Both people greeted the boss, but only manager Au bowed. Head of department Au, can you contact Choi Sung Construction and arrange a meeting for tomorrow's lunch? I want to meet Vice President Kang Dong-sung. Dun Hyun was a bit surprised when he heard the name Choi Sung Construction Company. Why? Why did you meet my eldest son? Dun Hyun suddenly shouted. The two people, thinking they must have heard incorrectly, realized only then that Chairman Kang had forgotten he was in the body of the new employee Dun Hee-eun. Manager, make sure to tell him to be careful with his words. Let me know when you've arranged the meeting with Vice President Kang Dong-sung. Dun Hee-eun asked the manager, What kind of meeting is this? What does Chairman Choi of Munsan have to do with Donggi? Manager Ao, hearing this, reminded Secretary Hwang Dun Hee-eun, I know you find it familiar because you often see it on the news, but now you're a member of Choi Sung. You can't carelessly call the name of the vice president of an affiliated company like that. The meeting tomorrow seems to be related to the Incheon Port Expansion Project. Kang Dong-sung, vice president of Choi Sung Construction, secretly developed this project to gain recognition from the chairman. This is a project linking construction with industrial products. Dun Hyun wondered, isn't that just a construction project? Why is there production involved? When it comes to building a port, it's an infrastructure project. Such a decision is made at the strategic headquarters level, not something a vice president should be pursuing. Where did those come from? You surprised me. You're right. The reason the chairman wants to carry out this project with Munsan is because the chairman previously rejected this project due to its huge legal liabilities with the Choi Sung Production Company. But the chairman has fainted, and Vice Chairman Dong-hun might soon take over as the chairman of Choi Sung Group. In such a situation, can you refuse a project proposed by the next chairman? Can I see the business plan? The plan to build the port from the perspective of the manufacturing industry, even if they win the bid, the benefits will only be minimal. This is a project where, if it fails, it will be heavily criticized, so there's no reason for them to get involved in it at all. The total construction capital is 600 billion won. This is a project with a profit of over 250 billion won just by establishing a joint venture. If you look at the project itself, isn't it really bad? Not counting Dong-sung's crimes and his speeding up of the project without informing me, this project should only be an independent construction project. Hey, wait, are you planning to work on the project with them? A name appeared on the document that caught Dun Hee-eun's attention. It was the construction company ST. ST Construction is a subsidiary of the ST Group. Their port construction capabilities far exceed those of Choi Sung Construction. If they are so good at construction, why would they hire Choi Sung for a project they could easily handle? The people at ST Construction are only focused on securing work through connections with politicians. This time, Mayor In Cheon, who supports ST Construction, says that he is likely to lose the election. So isn't it true that he was invited to dinner with Mayor Incheon after inflating the project costs? The reason Choi Sung is involved in this project is that he will become a scapegoat, taking the hits when the corruption is exposed. Dong-sung, doesn't he realize he's being used? After finishing the research, Dun Hee-eun put the document down. You asked the department head, what floor is the resource department on? The head said it's on the 7th floor. Dun Hye-eun understood that once the business plan was submitted, the project could not be halted by a new employee. There had to be a clear conspiracy. I need to go to the resource room, where this project is reviewed, to find out more. Hello, I am Hwang Dun Hee-eun, the secretary of the chairman. About the coal port project that the chairman is currently working on, he asked me to look into it further. Have you seen this report here before? Is there anything else worth considering beyond what's written here? The staff in the resource room reviewed the documents for Dun Hye-eun. He discovered something unusual. I know it's not easy to convince the locals. They struggled a lot with fine dust, yet they still expanded the coal port. I heard that people from Incheon to environmental organizations are protesting and causing riots. It was a protest. From a company's perspective, there's no reason to stop a project unless it's not making money. But I found a clue. All right, is there anything else? I can't think of anything more. Dun Hee-eun thought about his stupid son. I can't just stand by and watch the ST Corporation and those politicians take advantage, only to end up in trouble. What now? The election is coming up soon. I need to finish this quickly. This damn election. The election is the problem. whether it's before or now. Wait, if it's election season, all right, are there only people who eat and run? There must be some who want more than that. I've heard that those who step back are chasing money, while those who want to do more want to get more votes. If ST teams up with a politician who wants to step back, so Choi Sung will team up with a politician who wants to do more. The next day, Dun Hee-eun reported to manager Ao, "Today I will not be going to the office but will head straight to Gangwon province for work." "What do you mean?" "Employee Hwang Dun Hee-eun, is it so important that you have to go on a business trip? I have some thoughts on the Incheon port project, which has been giving our chairman a headache. I'll tell you more in detail when I get back. Something good is going to happen, so just wait for it. According to general regulations, we cannot approve a business trip that hasn't been pre-approved. However, my instincts tell me to let you go. But one thing to note, the Gangwon provincial office is located in Chuncheon City, so don't go there in vain." Hearing that, Dun Hee-eun immediately understood. Over here, the manager Ao thought about Dun Hee-eun and sighed, "Dun Hee-eun, I don't even understand why I let you go. But, if you bring back good news, maybe I'll love you like I love this sweet milky box." At that moment, Dun Hee-eun called a taxi. "Take me to the city of Chuncheon." Hearing that, the taxi driver was confused. "What? What are you talking about? We are not going on a long trip. Find another car, huh? Since when? Ah, come on, I told you to find another car. Get down now." Dun Hee-eun didn't understand. Isn't a longer road more beneficial? But you'll just have to take another ride. The result, when hearing the name Chuncheon, no taxi driver agreed. Dun Hee-eun didn't even have time to make an offer before he was already gone. Why do they still refuse to accept clients even with more money? In the past, Leung Jae always prepared both the car and driver early. Now even going on a business trip is difficult. Suddenly, a white taxi stopped in front of Dun Hee-eun. "How far are you planning to go, huh? It's kind of far. Come in." "Can I come in?" "They won't ask me to get off the bus again, right?" "No, just come in and see how it goes before he pushes me out of the bus again." "Oh my gosh, thank you. They said we had to book in advance for long trips. Is it really okay to go to Chuncheon? Isn't it the taxi driver's job to take customers wherever they want to go? Where do you want to go in Chuncheon?" The driver looks a bit suspicious. "What? Is this person really a taxi driver? Head to the Gangwon office. We'll depart immediately. There probably isn't anything unusual happening, right?" "Yes, this is the Secretary Office of the Mayor of Gangwon Province. Hello, I am the Secretary Office of Choi Sung Industries. I want to meet with the mayor to discuss the Gangwon Port Infrastructure Upgrade Project. Please report back. Choi Sung Industrial Company, please hold on a moment. Choi Sung Industries, Port, Infrastructure. Hey, who is calling?" The mayor, who is preparing for the election, will only talk about the trending keywords. If someone needs a lot of votes, he won't meet me. This is the office of the mayor of Gangwon Province. The mayor can spare about 30 minutes, but we will choose the location. I will arrive in about 2 hours. Just text me the address. Then the meeting address was sent to Dun Hee-eun's phone. Dun Hee-eun told the driver, "Sorry, but I want to change the destination. When we get to Chuncheon, I'll let you know after. By the way, this person doesn't bring up idle chatter, like why they want to visit the Gangwon provincial office." Dun Hee-eun felt that he was completely different from the time he ordered the taxi because of the unavoidable incident. The driver kept asking questions nonstop. Unlike his appearance, his driving is quite smooth. He actually feels more like a private chauffeur than a taxi driver, doesn't he? Then they went to Chuncheon. "Is this the place?" "Yes, if the address you mentioned is correct, then this is it. Coffee shop, without the taxi driver, I probably would never have found this place. It's election season, so security must be a priority, right?" The driver then greeted Dun Hee-eun. "Sorry, just a moment. You know, I have to stay overnight in Chuncheon today, so I want you to drive me around all day tomorrow too, okay? This taxi belongs to the company, so I need to return it in the evening to switch shifts with the night driver. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't manage that." "So? But the issue is, if I pay for the next shift, then everything will be resolved, right? I will ask the company about that. And also, even if that's the case, in addition to the payment for the next shift driver, another thing is still needed. Due to the fact that I won't be able to work after this period, you'll also have to take responsibility." Dun Hee-eun praised, "Look at him, pretty sharp, right? Of course, it's only natural. I'll cover your meals, accommodations, and even the sauna expenses. So go back to the company, check things out, and wait. I'll be back soon." Dun Hee-eun went inside and didn't see them arrive. Find yourself a suitable seat. After that, look outside. The person you need to meet has arrived. Dun Hee-eun watched that person closely. "Why? I didn't think that was the mayor. I came because they said someone declined to propose the job. But what is this? Is this just a kid? The other person asked Dun Hyun. Are you the one who just called? Hello, how are you? I'm Hwang Dun Hyun from Choisung Industrial Company. It seems like he's a new employee, but is he really from the secretary's office? Let me check for a moment. Yes, this is the secretary's office of Choisung Industrial Company. Please connect me to Hwang Dun Hyun. He's not here right now. Could you please give me his contact information? Actually, never mind. I'll call him later. I'm sorry if I accidentally offended you. Since it's election season, I'm being cautious with meetings with new people. Let's sit down first. If I came here as President Kang of Choisung, would you still act like this? Dun Hyun felt a bit bitter. Let's get straight to the point. What exactly are the ports and infrastructure that Choisung mentioned? You know the coal terminal at Incheon Port is currently being expanded, right? I don't know. I haven't paid much attention to that place recently. Then you should look into it and find a way to move that project to Gangwon Province. Along with Choisung Company, we are considering Vei's proposal. Let's get straight to the point. What exactly are the port and infrastructure that Choisung mentioned? It surprised him. He seems to not understand what he's talking about, doesn't he? Dun Hyun continues. Due to fine dust pollution, residents and environmental organizations in Incheon are protesting fiercely. If it's Gangwon Province, all the fine dust will be blown away to the East Sea by the wind. Gangwon Province has already been known for coal, so the explanation is quite easy to understand. There are many coal-fired power plants, not to mention the large job opportunities. And the most important thing, when it comes to elections, among all the promising campaigns, is there anything more significant than development projects? If there's a better promise, go ahead and say it. The other person then said, Dun Hyun, wait. First I need to inform the mayor. Hello, Mr. Mayor. I'm reaching out because we have an urgent matter to discuss. No, there hasn't been an accident. The project proposed by Choisung should also be discussed with Mayor Dong Hai. I'll come right away, so if you could meet me at the provincial office. Now you realize it's important? Oh no, I'm sorry for being rude, but this isn't a conversation I should have with someone who doesn't have the authority to decide. Please contact us again after the mayor has made a decision. Don't waste both our time unnecessarily. Oh, and what if I provide the ideas but the project ends up in the hands of another construction company, not Choisung? At that time, the Choisung Group will mobilize all resources to cancel the project. Think carefully and get back to me. I ask for permission. In a secret spot in the city, there is a secret corruption deal happening. You're always so invested in politics, huh? Hope this helps. Send my regards to the mayor too. This will be very helpful. The recipient of the money is Vice Mayor of Incheon. But Chairman Choi, why did Choisung decide to get involved in this matter? Is it okay, Deputy Mayor? What are you worried about? I didn't drag Choisung into this for no reason. If anything happens, Choisung will take full responsibility. The person accompanying the deputy mayor was none other than Chairman Choi of ST Construction. Scene transitions to Choisung Corporation. Dun Hyun has returned from the business trip. The manager from Europe just notified me that the chairman is looking for you urgently, so go inside right away. I heard you went to Gangwon City Hall yesterday, is that true? Why did you go there? I came to meet the mayor. More specifically, I met with a staff member there. Mayor, do you have a problem with him? The project to expand Incheon Port and exploit coal, which was carried out by Choisung, is bound to fail. Hearing this, the chairman was extremely surprised and asked again, Who told you that? I got information about the project from Ao's manager a few days ago. Choisung Construction and ST Construction, both major companies, are involved. So what role does an affiliated industrial company play? Us getting involved in this project makes no sense at all. In fact, this is a corruption scheme where the mayor of Incheon and Incheon Construction are trying to seize the budget. So I'm thinking from the perspective of Choisung Industries' interests, we need to withdraw from this project. I think using objective factors to destroy it is the best option. What's the purpose of your visit to Gangwon Provincial Hall? The mayor of Gangwon will soon propose a plan to bring the ongoing coal port project in Incheon to Gangwon, fulfilling one of the promises that will benefit next year's election. Since the mayor is from the ruling party, the government will surely support Gangwon Province. The Republic of Korea government will carry out a reassessment of the coal port expansion project in Incheon. The government will notify Incheon that it is not capable of carrying out the project, but Gangwon is. This is a basic way of legitimizing political support. If everything goes as above, the project will eventually be handed over directly to Gangwon Province. At that time, we will have two options. First, Choisung Industries will take the leading role in the port construction in Donghai City and profit from it. Or, after withdrawing from that project, we will never look at the coal industry again. This time, since this is a project we manage, If we get involved in the coal pipeline construction in Donghai City, we will make a considerable profit. Dun Hyun thought to himself, Chairman Cho, you can either take the plunge and create wealth yourself or hand the opportunity over to another company. Regardless of the project outcome from my son, it won't go anywhere, and Choi Sung will never get involved in the mire of ST Group and Mayor In Cheon. Chairman Cho also considered that the budget for this construction project could easily reach 6 trillion won. If our company can participate, the profit could go up to 10 trillion won. But Kang Dong-sung personally planned the project in Incheon. If he knew that the industrial company was the one carrying out the project about Gangwon. Now these words are nothing but digging under the feet of Kang Dong-sung, Vice President of Choi Sung Construction. And you're suggesting that Choi Sung Industries should jump into the coal pipeline project in Donghai? This project belongs to the chairman's eldest son. Do you want me to take that risk? Do you understand that weakening the chairman's family is essentially resigning yourself? The decision to move the project to Donghai hasn't been officially made yet, right? If an opportunity arises, just seize it and don't miss out. And if that project really goes to Donghai, the boss won't let it slip away, right? The chairman still doesn't understand Dun Hyun's point. With a project of this scale, the corporation should also issue directives. If necessary, you can request a decision from Executive Director Lee Song-jae, Strategic Planning Department. If the cooperation and visa matters are elevated to the corporate level, responsibility will be equally shared by CEO Lee Sang-dae. Even if it's anger or frustration from the eldest son after the destruction, Lee Sang-jae is the person who has worked with the chairman for many years. He might be able to stop it. But are you sure it will be decided? Will Gangwon Province really make a decision just based on the words of a new employee? Dun Hyun said it's still under review. But the politician running for office is the most impatient one. Within a week, they will reach out to us. Dun Hyun confidently declared, I am not just a new employee, I already have a business card, and it clearly states that I come from the Secretary's Office of Choi Sung Industries. So, the words from my mouth represent the thoughts of my boss. Are you saying you're taking advantage of me? To be more precise, I am exploiting Choi Sung's industry. After hearing this, the chairman told Dun Hyun to go outside and call the manager Ao in. You've worked hard on your business trip already. Dun Hyun, thank you for your concern. The manager then told Dun Hyun to take these documents to the HR department. At that moment, Dun Hyun received a message. The message is from driver Kim. From now on, I'll be working for you, boss. Where and when should I pick you up? Because he has good driving skills and a careful work attitude, I suggested he become my personal driver. It seems he has made up his mind. Dun Hyun texted him, just go to the parking garage of the Choi Sung Building Mall. Sure, here's the translation following your instructions. As expected, driver Kim was waiting there. He requested a complete leave from the taxi company. I'm sorry if the vehicle caused any inconvenience. No, it's my fault for not having the car ready beforehand. I'll take care of this soon. So where does the boss want to go? First, go home. Then to the address written here. Oh, and let's just chat casually. Then they started their journey. It quickly reached Dun Hyun's house. Dun Hyun ordered, park here for a moment, let's go upstairs and talk. Suddenly, two people approached. They called out Dun Hyun. So it turns out the two loan shark thugs showed up, with the leader speaking first, long time no see. Why has it been so hard to meet you lately? How have you been lately? What are the two people doing here? Do they still need to meet? Boss Hwang, why are you speaking so distantly? We came for a different matter. We need to discuss a business deal with you. It's about business. How's business? Dun Hyun asked back. He held out a piece of paper in front of Dun Hyun. Do you know what this is? Your father has borrowed money from us again. The amount on the paper is 900 million won. Dun Hyun stared intently at the paper. He was angry. Why borrow money again? That damn old man of Hwang Dun Hyun. What the hell is he doing? The younger guy interrupted. Looks like your dad can't pay up. You know we're not some charity, right? You need to pay him back now. From the last time we saw, it seems you still have money. He's also your only father. You should be able to manage that, right? The only father. Hearing that, Junhyun spoke up. The boss continued. Or find your old man to get the money. Choose one, Dun Hyun questioned. He ran away, didn't he? Why is there suddenly a loan involved? That old bastard lost contact since the last time. We've already seen it. If you borrowed it, then just say so. Why say all that? Do you need me to help you stay sharp? Do you need a beating to get yourself together? Driver Kim stepped in to stop him. Don't get out of line, just talk. What? This bastard? Where did you come from? Stop acting, stand still and shut up. Hearing that, driver Kim felt momentarily angry but did not react. The driver Kim's eyes were full of disdain as he looked at him. The fat man met this gaze, which made him extremely angry. He threw a punch at the driver Kim, a punch right to his chest. After the punch, he felt extremely proud, but that was just for a moment. The man cried out in pain right after because his arm had broken. The driver Kim grabbed his collar. He slung the fat guy over his shoulder as easily as a blanket. He was slammed hard onto the ground. Driver Kim adjusted his tie and told him, "When others speak, listen. From now on, every action is self-defense." Saw the younger members getting knocked down. The boss's name showed an attitude. "I was going to let it slide, but I can't anymore. I don't know where this dog came from. It looks like there will be blood today." He pulled out a shiny knife. Driver Kim bowed Dun-hyun, standing behind him. When the boss charged forward with a stab, he dodged to the side while using his left hand to push the attacker's knife, changing its direction. The gang leader wasn't backing down either, swinging the knife back, but driver Kim ducked and dodged. He rushed forward again to stab his face, but the other guy stepped back to dodge. At this moment, the boss used all his momentum to charge forward. Driver Kim dodged to the side, causing his knife to lose momentum. He clenched his fist and charged forward. A perfect punch landed squarely on the boss's face. While he was still dazed, Kim Lae-song rushed forward and gave him a pillow to the face. The name of the boss was no longer conscious. He fell like a banana tree, ending up just like his underling. After that, the driver Kim and Dun-hyun asked each other how they were, and fortunately, they were okay. Kim, the driver, held up the debt note. He crushed it and shoved it straight into the leader's mouth. "That guy is about to choke being stuffed like that." Driver Kim asked him if it was true that my boss's father borrowed money. "Of course, he's the father of that jerk who borrowed money from us." Driver Kim growled, "Is that so?" As soon as he finished speaking, he drove the knife down hard. Under the cold, sharp steel light, the boss was very scared. Then, driver Kim brought the knife close to his eye and warned him. The next stab would be real. "To be clear, if you don't, I'll rip your eyes out." At this point, the gang leader had to confess that he had lied. "I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry, I beg you," he pleaded desperately for forgiveness. But the knife was now pressed against his eye. The big boss thought he was dealing with porcelain, but it turned out to be just clay. He was so scared he almost wet his pants. He even cried and whined like a child. After dealing with the two thugs, driver Kim turned around and said, "These guys won't bother you anymore. Let's head inside." His actions surprised Dun-hyun. Wasn't he just a taxi driver? Dun-hyun suggested, "Since you helped me, let me treat you to dinner. Japanese food or Western food, just pick one. Or if you prefer something else, feel free to say so." "Boss, can I ask you for a favor now?" The two of them then went inside to talk. "I thought you'd ask for something big, just noodles. There are so many better things, and you only want instant noodles?" "I've been in the habit of eating instant noodles after a long workout for a while now." Now those guys won't come looking for the boss anymore. They're the type who need to be scared stiff to realize their place. "Really? But how do you know this? Have you experienced it before?" "Because I used to be that kind of person." "That kind of person? So you used to be a debt collector?" "I thought he was a resourceful person. Did I misjudge him?" Hearing the question made driver Kim display a face full of sorrow. "When I was in high school, I studied judo. The results aren't bad either, so people often praise them for being talented. But then I had to give up because of an accident and I stepped into life. There wasn't much for a young guy who only played sports. I started joining gangs. But I had washed my hands of it and started a new life. Since then, I've worked as a taxi driver. Then I met Sep." "Boss, even if it's not the case, do these kinds of things happen often?" "Things like this happen often because the debt letter is fake. I don't think the boss is someone who would scam people. But I think you need to understand clearly what kind of person your boss is to work effectively." Dun-hyun was confused. What should I say in moments like this? If I say I'm just a new employee, it would be very suspicious. Someone like him won't accept a half-hearted explanation. In times like this, you have to be really confident. "It's because a frail young man said he needed a personal driver and was involved with some loan sharks. Don't you think that's a bit suspicious?" "To ease your worries, I want to show you something." Dun-hyun went to the drawer and showed him that he had a lot of money in gold bars. "Does this make you feel more trustworthy? If you only rely on money, you can't trust the boss. How did the boss get this money?" Hearing that, Dun-hyun felt he was really stubborn. "Of course, I earned this money thanks to my hard-working hands and feet. I have been the leader of Choi Sung for decades. This is just a small amount I've earned. Even before entering this body." Hearing that, driver Kim said he understood. "This is the business card of my superior. If you don't believe it, you can call and ask about me. I am a staff member in the secretary's office directly under the boss, and I frequently meet with them. Do you remember the first time we met, when I was representing Choi Sung Trading and went to meet Mayor Gang Won? Is it enough? Have I introduced myself well?" Don't you think I could be someone who rises to the top later? Driver Kim heard that and made a decision. All right, I won't think about it anymore. If there's any safety issue, call me first. I'll come no matter what. Hearing that, Dun Hyun was very pleased. After that, Dun Hyun handed him a wad of cash, because he had worked hard today. This is your payment. Thanks to you, I was able to avoid those troublesome things. No, I'm fine. I told you to just take it. Boss, may I ask one last question? Why does someone with such thick skin end up in a place like this? Dun Hyun heard the question and felt a bit awkward. I've been trying not to move hastily because I don't know when I'll return to my old body. Since I can't be sure this situation might continue for a while, it's best I change my place of residence. After safely getting the money, I will definitely bring it along. Dun Hyun took out a VIP membership card from a major hotel. Should I move to a better place to match the saying you mentioned? At the Ocean Hotel, 2 people have moved to the place. This hotel was built by Choi Sung 10 years ago. When constructing this place, Chairman Kang made a secret agreement with the owner of the site. Permanent access to one of the 3 luxury suites here. Of course, it's not free. I received this favor after the construction cost terms were reduced. This is the secret base I used to meet with Lee Sang-dae. I never thought there would be a day I'd use it like this. 2 people went upstairs. It was an incredibly luxurious room. Dun Hyun took a shower and then walked out. Looking at the city from above, Dun Hyun felt that for the first time, she truly felt alive as a person. It has been 3 months since I started living in this body. I have become accustomed to it. The situation is gradually changing to reflect the way I lived before. At this moment, the manager Ao reminds Dun Hyun about the tasks that need to be done tomorrow. Dun Hyun recalls how he used to force his employees to work like this. Choi Sung has his success today because of it. But this guy Hwang Dun Hyun doesn't have any friends or family contacts on his phone, only people from work. And also, no one visits this person's house except for the thugs demanding money. So how does he end up living? And what about his father? Is he still alive? I have never met him or had any contact, but why do I have to pay the price for borrowing this young, healthy body? Driver Kim, can you find someone to help me? The next morning, is it okay to stop the car here? You'll have to walk a bit further to get to the office. It's fine. If anyone I know sees me in a car, they'll ask questions. All right, take care of the task we discussed over the phone yesterday. Chairman Cho is asking Manager Yu when we will receive feedback from their side. We will start the project in Gangwon immediately. Form the responsible team right away. While I was away, was there anything special, Hwang Dun-hyun? No, nothing happened. What could he achieve in just 10 minutes? Subordinates are indeed tiring. The manager asked again. No contact from the Gangwon City Hall. Dun-hyun replied that there still wasn't any. I'll answer the call for a moment. Perfect timing. Your manager, Hwang Dun-hyun, is asking questions. What do you think you're doing? Yes, I am Hwang Dun-hyun, from the secretary office, Choi Sung, Gangwon City Hall. I remember your voice. You're a member of the city council. Hearing this, Manager Ao didn't dare to interrupt. The person on the other side informed me that yesterday I had a detailed discussion with Mayor. After that, we also reached an agreement with Mayor Dong-hai. Please proceed with the Coalport project in Dong-hai. I see. The production team led by Choi Sung will also proceed with preparations. So, please send me the business plan as soon as possible. No, it has to be before tomorrow morning. We need to hurry because the election is approaching very quickly. Send the plan before tomorrow morning. Hey Jangban, I don't think you understand that everything needs order. What? The Coalport project in Dong-hai is underway. The biggest beneficiary is Gangwon Province, right? If we have provided a good proposal during the election, shouldn't the first thing be to say thank you? And the business plan is what you'll use in the election, yet you're asking us for it? So where did it come from? Wasn't it the production team who proposed the project first? So start with a thank you. What are you talking about? You're the one who proposed the project and now you're beating around the bush? This guy, he's in such a rush but still arrogantly demands we follow his lead. Oh my, he's really unpleasant. I don't even know your first name or last name. That's why I suggested an idea for your campaign. I thought you were an employee from City Hall. But looking at how you're speaking now, it seems I was wrong. How could someone who doesn't know the order of things help the mayor? Hearing this, the person on the other end of the line felt confused. He was being manipulated by Dun-hyun. Listen carefully. Prepare a clear business plan just like an election campaign dossier, and we will review it and suggest improvements. That is the correct procedure. I'm hanging up now. On the other side, the person was about to continue speaking, but Dun-hyun didn't give him the chance. You have to do that so they understand their place. Manager Ao went to call Dun-hyun. The call earlier was from Mayor Gangwon, right? I trust you a lot, but what did you mean by answering like that? Are you trying to mess up the project? Don't you know that even the boss is involved in this project? Why care about politicians? That person is just a soldier. I guarantee that soon, the mayor himself will give you a call. The relationship between businesses and politicians has been leaning toward the businesses, the ones with the money, and the boss is the one holding the reins for the project. All we need to do is wait for them to discuss, reach a consensus, and give instructions. Did Hwang Dun-hyun really think that far ahead? I'm so foolish. As expected, he's truly worthy of recognition. 2 days later, in President Choi's office, as expected by Hoo-deun, the mayor had to call. After the conversation, Chairman Cho politely said he would meet you after the press conference. Hopefully, everything will go smoothly. Then he hung up the phone. The chairman ordered me to speak with Mayor Gangwon over the phone. They will send the plan here soon. Notify the HR department to review the plan and set up a team to handle it. At the Human Resources Department, the manager announced, "Everyone, stop what you're doing. A new business plan will be sent out soon. Reviewing this plan is our top priority. Assess its feasibility, make necessary revisions, and finalize it. Why is this happening all of a sudden? I'm not sure, but this is an order from above. For the next few months, we need to focus on this. Those I name will sit at separate tables and form a responsible team." Scene transitions to Garden Hotel. Here is the meeting of senior leaders. Kang Dong-sung is also here. "Hello, Deputy Mayor. I am Kang Dong-sung. How have you been lately?" The deputy mayor heard this but still ignored him, then walked away, ignoring Dong-sung, calling out, "Vice Chairman Kang Dong-sung? Why are you here?" Chairman Choi went to ask. "What do you want to say? Are you pretending not to know, or do you really not know? Gangwon has partnered with Choi Sung Trading and started coal port operations there. Because of this, our situation is facing difficulties." Hearing that left Kang Dong-sung confused about what was happening. "You really don't know? Our project is in crisis because the ruling party is siding with Gangwon. Kang Dong-sung, but you don't even know what's going on internally. I think, Kang Dong-sung, you still have a long way to go. Chairman Kang Dong-ho of Choi Sung unified the corporation, but perhaps nurtured two factions within the group. The unification is now a thing of the past. Chairman Cho, how dare you go against me?" Kang Dong-sung gritted his teeth in anger. Scene transitions to Choi Sung Corporation. Kang Dong-sung walked in and shouted loudly, looking for Chairman Cho. "Take me to the chairman's office immediately." Ao's manager spoke up, saying the chairman was in a meeting with CEO Lee Sang-jae from headquarters, but he ignored it, pushing everyone aside to rush in. "Vice President, if you come in now, please wait a moment." Dun-hyun thought to himself, "Never have I seen a senior manager cause such a commotion with this attitude. Dong-sung, does that kid really treat these people like servants when I'm not around?" Inside, the president is discussing, "Now everything is decided. The coal port project will be moved from Incheon to Gangwon." Dong-sung rushed to confront Chairman Cho. "How dare you do this to me? There are countless rumors that the chairman has already teamed up with Gyeonggi-do, and I had no idea. First, you should calm down and sit down. We'll go through everything one by one. Are you serious now? CEO Lee is also here? Seems like you two are working without needing me. How dare you go over my head like that?" Chairman Cho kicked him out. "I can hold back when I see you burst through the door and shout, but the things you said after that aren't worth holding back for anymore. According to rank, the chairman is still higher than the vice chairman, and my experience here is twice that of his. How dare he treat me this way? There's not even basic respect. If the chairman saw this, he would have slapped you 3 or 4 times already. If you understand what I'm saying, then get out of my office right now." Chairman Cho truly lives up to being trusted with the interim responsibility for the corporation. Dong-sung still couldn't believe what he had just heard. Finally, he was unceremoniously kicked out of the room. He gritted his teeth in anger. Dong-sung, in a daze, went outside and ran into Manager Oh and Dun-hyun. Dun-hyun was furious inside. "Is that what the heir of the Choi family is doing? I really want to punch you in the face." At this point, he had to yield. Dong-sung gently spoke up. "Vice President of Construction Choi Sung, Kang Dong-sung is here to meet Chairman Cho. Please ask if the chairman can spare some time." "Yes, I understand." "Go inside and make the announcement," Hun-di-un, Manager Ao ordered. Dun-hyun listened and left immediately. "Please wait a moment." But when passing Kang Dong-sung, he couldn't help but feel angry. "You ungrateful brat. I taught you humility and respect." Dun-hyun went to report to the chairman. "Vice Chairman Kang Dong-sung of Choi Sung Construction needs to meet. The vice chairman wants to know if the chairman can spare some time." The chairman was less angry now and told Dun-hyun to let him in. "Chairman, I was rude earlier. I apologize. He's more reasonable now." "All right. I don't want to make a big deal in front of the vice chairman either. Just sit down first. Our staff and the sales department are reviewing together. Since Incheon is not within our corporation's area of influence, let's take advantage of the upcoming election instead. Both the ruling party and the opposition are heating up as the election approaches. If possible, we should side with the ruling party rather than the other. Considering that a mayor can run for re-election, the chance of winning is higher than someone who cannot. So, did you contact Mayor Gang-eun? You could at least have told me beforehand. If you had done that, I wouldn't look like such an idiot. Due to the lack of time, we have just received agreement from Gangwon. We will conduct a deeper analysis. That's the reason. I will notify the vice president once the plan is completed. If that's the case, this issue needs to be clarified during the election process in Gangwon. I also just learned that the government is showing support for the election in Gangwon. So, Vice President Kang has better information than I do. This information is from CIO of the STQ group. We had previously agreed to form a union together, but then we had a falling out and he said that I stabbed him in the back. The chairman, who has always been criticized by the STQ side, will surely be pleased to see this. Just unfortunate. So you'll be in charge of the Coalport project in Gangwon? We have to go all out. If we're in Incheon, our role is just supportive, but once we get to Gangwon, it becomes essential. This is about Chairman Cho's reputation, so you should also take good care of this project. Hey, what do you mean by that? The main role still lies with the construction company. The trading side is only responsible for coordination. No, there are currently a few branches of Choi Sung that need to be relocated, so Director Lee will assist in organizing the two processes. When it's Choi Sung's turn to build, we will only follow the instructions given, so you two can continue your discussion. It seems he has made his decision. I think so too. This project could bring fame, but it's left to the corporation. I realized it a long time ago. If the chairman still holds his position, we still can't underestimate the influence of key directors within the corporation. Dong-sung went out again and ran into Dun Hyun, not knowing it was his father. Dun Hyun looked at him and thought, "Now you realize you need to bow your head, don't you? The kid has probably grown up a little by now." "Why are you staring at me?" Dong-sung asked Dun Hyun, startling him and making him apologize. Right after that, Dun Hyun had to reassess. "You've always been rude to your subordinates. The road to the goal is still far away." Then the news reported on the incident. Dun Hyun was reading the newspaper and commenting, not expecting that Mayor Gangwon would be so rushed. "I never thought it would be completed so quickly. Now, a pitiful boy starts a business project without using his brain, almost getting involved in a corruption scandal for... But still, this affects Dong-sung. Rumors inside and outside the STQ group suggest that this situation was planned in advance. Dong-sung has been manipulated and lacks the capability to run the company. Moreover, Dong-sung's declining position means Dong-hun is rising. As a father, have I harmed my own son? But thinking it over, Dun Hyun still feels that this kid Dong-sung needs to mature more. The urgent matter is over. It's time to review the chairman's work. Since I fell into a coma after the accident, the projects requiring my direct decisions have all been put on hold. It's about time I get back on my feet and handle my own work. Suddenly someone called. That person is Driver Kim. Driver Kim, why are you calling at this hour? I apologize for calling so late. I have found the boss who made the request. He is Hwang Isu. My brother also found the address of the convenience store where he is working. Does the boss want to meet that person? I'll call you back later. After saying that, Dun Hyun hung up. So they found Hwang Dun-hyun's father. Is it okay for me to get involved in someone else's family matters? I don't know how much longer I'll have this body. Would it cause trouble if I randomly interfere with a family that has many issues? But Chairman Kang quickly made a decision. If you found someone, you should also pay them a visit. The next morning, Driver Kim arrived to pick up, and Dun Hyun asked, "Where is that address?" Driver Kim replied, "That place is Cheongju Village. The road is quite far. Let's set off." After a few hours, they finally arrived. Dun Hyun ordered, "Just go to a nearby cafe and wait for me. It might take a while." "No, I'll park here and wait for you right after you're done. Do whatever's convenient for you." Then Dun Hyun went in alone. Inside is a conversation between a salesperson and a couple. "We really are students. Why do we need to show our ID?" "It's mandatory. Please show me your ID." "Is that person Hwang Dun-hyun's father? He's around 60, right? Much younger than me. That kid is complaining about him. Old man, I'm not a high school student. Then show me your ID. Didn't I say you left it at home? Can't you sell just one pack to these guys?" Couldn't get a spot anywhere else, so ended up here. Dun Hyun cut in and said, "Hey, I'm buying all the cigarettes in the store. Talk to me." "Buy all the cigarettes here? What, are you crazy? Aren't you listening? From here to there, I'll buy everything, so tell these students to leave. What for? I have something to ask you, shopkeeper. Hey, where did you come from cutting the line? That kid student cutting in. Why are you still here? There's no more cigarettes left, go somewhere else. Damn it, are you kidding me? That kid is fuming, but his friend is blushing and praising Dun-hyun. You can tell they're rich just by looking at them. Dun-hyun said it was obvious, but the girl didn't believe it. When it comes to money, your brother doesn't lack any. Dun-hyun pulled out a stack. Hey, you seem really rich. Can you buy some snacks? The girl suggested to her friend. Suddenly, Dun-hyun remembered the manager's favorite banana milk. Uncle, could you give us a box? The kid asked for a pack of cigarettes, but Dun-hyun said, Wait, I'll give you something better. Dun-hyun took out a bottle of banana milk. Here is your translation. Drink it. If you smoke at this age, your hair will turn gray fast. Drink it and go study. The kid got really angry when he heard that, but his friend was more perceptive, urging him to hurry up and go. Look at the huge person over there. He's been staring at us the whole time. Bodyguard, I told you, don't mess with the rich. Get out of here now. So they ran away. Dun-hyun even reminded us not to forget to drink milk. The first time dealing with these punks is really exhausting. I apologize for causing trouble, but you know who I am. I think you're grown up now. Is this how you act just because you made a few bucks? While you won't even listen to your father's last words? I begged you. Hey, you bastard. Why are you still here looking for me? You poor bastard. Aren't you leaving yet? The old man shouted. Dun-hyun was confused and didn't understand what was happening, only daring to tell him to stay calm.